Right, yes, guys, yes, people, big up everybody that's in here. Like, subscribe, all of that. Here to go through a PR piece. Here to go through a massive PR piece dropped by Matt Law, and also to talk transfers. Same old stuff with the Mason Mount contract. Gallagher up for sale in the summer, even though we should have forced his ass out in January. But yeah, plenty to get into. Big up everybody that's locked in. Can't be bothered. Do a scope, no worries, bro. You'll get the link in a little sec, bro. You'll get the link in a little sec. Big up Josh saying you look happy, Lewis. I am not happy. I've been stressed out all day, to be honest. My internet's been on the blink. This camera has been on the blink. Everything's been on the blink. But yeah, plenty to get into. Plenty to get into. At least we can say the fan base is united for the first time in ages. We can say the fan base is united. We already got a super chat. Big up my G Alhambra saying these media briefings are an absolute joke. They are spineless, disgusting, and grubby. Throwing Tuchel under the bus is alienating the fan base. Graham Potter out. I'm here. It took me a while to get to Potter out, but that Southampton game, indefensible. Indefensible. I cannot defend that shit. Potter needs to pattern up. Everything needs to pattern up. This squad is a joke. I keep saying as well, I will cuss out Potter all I want. Don't talk to me about how the squad's being held back by him, because the squad is just as culpable. They are just as big of an issue as to why we are where we are compared to the manager. Both of them are to blame. But nothing is going to change with this manager in charge. And I think things are going to get worse before it gets better, if it even does right now. But we'll delve into all of it. Big up everybody that's in here. I'm going to just breeze through the comments and then just get through to it. Big up Andres saying pathetic, no game management, no pan tactics, nothing. No pattern of play in 25 games. Should have resigned already. He's not going to resign. But big up everybody saying Potter out, Potter out. One like, one pray for Lewis. Drop the likes. More Potter outs. Mount out, Potter out, Potter out. Potter out, Potter out. More Potter out. Another Potter out. Everyone's united at something for once. I said, Potter, you suck. It's all mad. It's all mad. Big up Texas Blue. Elimination Chamber was good at least. One thing to enjoy. We may be 10th, but we're still the ones. Still the ones. Big up Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, Tribal Chief, all of that. Yeah, it's all long. Jesters, thank you, my guy. Thank you, my guy. It actually feels nice over here. It feels nice over here. The fence wasn't for me. The fence wasn't for me. I tried to just sit there. It weren't comfortable. Weren't comfortable at all. Weren't comfortable at all. We got someone saying keep Potter, man. Fairs. Mediocrity in. Big up Lewis Vakili. This is worse than 15-16. It's way worse. 15-16, that was vibes. That was just vibes. No one really cared about 15-16. It's all fucking mad. Big up Flawless, my G. Catch us on the Troops podcast later tonight, where I'm just getting absolutely corned for an hour and a half. Jorginho winner and everything. All long. What else we get? Big up AV saying no excuses for the squad, but we need a Mourinho/Tuchel. Aye, Bowley, if I was Bowley, I'd just be sending a massive apology flower to Tuchel. Being like, hey, we've got our infrastructure now. You don't need to do all that extra job. Just come in and do your thing. Because this Potter guy ain't working. Of course, he's saying Potter in. Why, lad? Potter out, Potter out, Potter out, Potter out. Bring back Jose, Potter out. What is everyone talking about? A Eunice tweet. Let me check Eunice. What's Eunice saying? Is it even anything that deep? It's on Aubameyang being left out the Champions League squad. Aubameyang being left out the squad and not being selected for the last 3 league games was a decision taken in collaboration with the board. You're saying, why did the Chelsea board help Potter pick the squad? I don't know. Like, what? Why are they even involved with that? Because apparently Aubameyang hasn't been an issue in the dressing room. Oh, I don't know. It's a load of bollocks. Yeah, big up Levi, my G. Big up, bro. All just long. Lots of Potter out. So just filled with Potter out. What manager are you getting if Potter was sacked? I don't know, but I just think anybody would be better at this point. I genuinely think anybody else would be better than the shit that I'm seeing right now. Literally anyone else. I've got the whole Matt Law article, but I've only got it in bullet points, so you're gonna need to bear with me on that. But we'll get to that in a little sec. Rigo Park saying Graham Potter saying not my fault. This is more annoying. I get it. Potter's sounding like shit. The boards don't want to admit that they've made a mistake. Our players are shit. Everything is just a mess. Top to bottom, everything sucks. Can't be bothered for it. It's going to be a very, very dead end to the season, people. On Gem Stream, some of them are blaming Silver. What do you mean blaming Silver? More depth. You must be trolling. Big up Gem for the raid, as always. Big up Gem, my G. Oh shit, Klasref's about. Hey yo, Klasref, if you're watching, DM me, bruv. I will send you the link every day ending in a Y, my friend. I didn't even know Klasref's back. Fucking mad. Yeah, I saw what Belle Silver posted on Twitter. I think she's just moving like a fan. It's not really that appropriate as a player's wife, but I'm not really against the take, so I'm not saying anything. I don't care. We'll get to Harrison Hunter article. Big up Josh saying this club is a mess at the minute, man. Big up Sto. It's a fucking disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. Big up Shady Nation saying Poch, show me what you can do about money long term. With Poch, boy. We're going to go from loser to loser, man. Oh, boy. Big up Galib, my G. The two names mentioned are Luis Enrique and Oliver Glasner. I don't really know Glasner. Apparently Gem had a great stream. Big up Gem, my guy. If Oba was going to be used, I don't know. He was brought in as a Tuchel signing, my guy, and like I don't know why we don't use him when we got that fucking bum Havertz up top. But I'll get into it. Okay, so I've got the thing up. All right, let me get to the top of this because all I have is a fuck ton of bullet points with this Matt Law article. So I'm going to get into it point by point. So just bear with me, people. Graham Potter faced boos from supporters at the final whistle of the Southampton. Oh, wait, shit. We hit 31K. Before all of that, I'm going through the positives. Big up to everyone who subbed. We've just hit 31K, my guys. Big up to everybody. Love for the love, my guys. We continue to go on the road to 35K. So big up to everybody. Big up. We stay winning even though we keep losing. Love that. Lewis, it was just one geezer talking about Silver without any argument. What, just blaming Silver's performances? Weird. Big up, my guys. Love for the love. Big up. Let's go. Big up, my G's. One positive in this shit show. One positive. Big up, Flawless. Big up, everybody showing love. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, my guys. Because it's going to be a long season. So you might as well strap up. Big up. Right, let's get into this Matt Law article. Oh, wait. Another super chat. Big up Alhambra again, my friend, saying they're sticking with Potter partly because Egbarley and Bowley saw his training sessions and they were impressed. Very, very worrying times. A nightmare. I don't even think it's because of that. I think they want to keep him just because they look stupid if they sack him after 5 months. You got rid of Tuchel for this guy. They have to give him time in their minds. I kind of understand it, but I think I understand it from a pride perspective. It would be a lot better if you just sucked up your pride and you admitted you took an L. And it's like, okay, that was a bit of a naive decision from me, but it was before I had an infrastructure to rely on. Now we have an infrastructure. We could go and get somebody that's a bit more suited to what we need. That would make a lot more sense. But they're not going to do it. Simple as. But thank you for the donation, Alhambra. Big up yourself, my guy. Big up. And yeah, big up to everybody for the love. Big up as always. I see every last one of you guys. Appreciate the love. Big up. Right, let's get into it. Potter faced boos from supporters at the final whistle of the Southampton game. He recognised that some people would think he is the problem. That is not a view yet shared by Bowley and Begdad Iqbali. They remain supportive to Potter, and there is a number of reasons why they should now back him. Part one, behind the scenes, it's understood that Potter told James, Silva, Havertz, Sterling, and Mudryk would risk significant injury if they were to start the game. So you mean to tell me Havertz wasn't even dropped? He was rested. They rested Havertz. Silva and James being rested makes fuck all sense anyway, because they've given them 2 days off straight after that. So I don't understand how that makes any sense whatsoever, but whatever. Whatever, man. If you want to make that excuse, cool. Potter took the advice of his medical team, and he ended up paying the price, which was a loss to Southampton. Poor Graham Potter. He paid the price for resting players that didn't need to be rested, and he lost to bottom of the table Southampton as a result. How are you using rotation as the excuse for how we lost? Even that rotated side should be winning. Even that rotated side should be winning. And by the way, if you think that's a thing to flex, if he was even our vice captain, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you. Mentality midget. But like I was saying, they're using rotation as the excuse as to why we beat Southampton. Figure that one out. That makes fuck all sense to me. Then it adds on by saying the board believed Chelsea should have beat Southampton. Then why are you making excuses? And even then, like you're saying, Harrison, resting till next game when the game's next week. Silva has had one of our highest minutes last season and this season. So I don't get how that makes sense. James, that's your fault because you overplayed him in the first 3 games. That's your fault. So that's still an issue. But moving on from it, Potter put the club and his players ahead of himself, and they value that. What does that even mean? Why are they trying to make Potter out to be some martyr? Because he's not. He didn't put the club and the players ahead of himself because, I mean, if he did, he would have started our best team. He wouldn't be making excuses. This is just bollocks. This is fucking bollocks. Big decisions have been made, have been taken, such as the decision to leave Oba out of the Champions League squad and not selecting him for the past 3 games. And still nobody has explained why Oba has been left out of the UCL squad and why he hasn't been selected for the last 3 games. But whatever. Sources at Cobham claim training has been watched personally by Bowley and Begdad Iqbali numerous times, and they think the analysis has been great. How it's been great with 2 wins in 15 and an inability to control any games, I won't know. Big up YSL saying it's weird typing that, but I want Spurs to win so we can change managers before Dortmund. I'm sorry, my friend. I can never get to this point. I can never get to this point where I'm wishing our team to lose. Because they won't change anything anyway. He's going to be in the job unless we're in the relegation zone. I'm not here for it, though. I understand the mentality, so I'm not going to be like, you're a fake fan for wanting us to lose and shit. I understand why you're saying it. I just don't agree. Especially with it being Tottenham. I can't accept a loss to Tottenham. Fuck that. I can't get to the point where I'm wishing losses for our football team. I just can't do it. But I appreciate the donation anyway, my friend. Appreciate the donation. But me personally, I can't do that. It's not me. Analysis has been excellent under Potter, and they believe the results of repetition and hard work will be somewhat apparent in games. I don't even know what that means. Analysis has been excellent under Potter. That's why we get dominated in nearly every game. And by the way, great job selling Jorginho to Arsenal. I love how much control we have at the midfield now. I'm going to keep bringing that up because he's balling out at Arsenal. And we sold him when we don't have any fit 6ers. Stupid. Fucking stupid. Part 2, anger management. Potter faced accusations such as the poor reaction to the penalty call against West Ham, not only from fans as well as former players. He has not shown enough emotion on the touchline as well as in the post-match press conference. Senior sources insist that there's been a number of instances of Potter being upset and having tough conversations with players in the dressing room and during individual meetings. This is my thing. It sounds like they're trying to... It's like it's character building with Potter. They're trying to tell you the sort of character that he is. We don't need to be told. We can just see it. We can see it. My guy goes into every press conference like he's high as a kite. That's life. We did the best we could. The players played well. The boys gave everything. There's no intent. There's no emotion behind it. There's nothing. It's just acceptance. There is a constant acceptance. And that was the first thing that I was on to Potter for, even when I was still Pottering. It was the press conferences. I didn't like the way he managed it. And it's just the same. It's the same every week. It's the same every week. Senior sources insist there's been a number of instances of Potter being upset and having tough conversations with players in the dressing room and during individual meetings. Again, PR. Potter's described as being intense at Cobham, and there is no fears over his mentality. Why did Eunice go to the training ground and say he wasn't even involved then? We're going to try and say he's intense. It's literally one thing you hear from one ear, another thing you hear from the other. And I don't care. It sounds like a bunch of PR, man. Like, if it's true, it's not working. But he moves like he's blazed a spliff before he does anything. So I don't see it. Our owners are understood to be pleased they don't have a manager who's ready to point fingers and throw his players or club staff under the bus. This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get, though, because any manager I see, I don't see him deflect, but I see them show something. Like, they try and put it onto themselves. They try and say this was the issue or that was the issue. They don't even say that's life or anything. Or the shit that we've been hearing week in and week out. But it's whatever. It's whatever. They're just happy that they have a yes man. The complaints from Tuchel after the pre-season defeat didn't go down well. Throwing Tuchel under the bus. Potter's style suits the approach the owners far better, according to those with inside knowledge. Whatever. Again, sounds like a yes man. Part 3, bravery. Many would say that Chelsea took a risk on Potter. I'm going to try breeze through the rest of this because this is just long. There's recognition from within the club that he also took a risk on them. All right, whatever. Club sources have noted that top managers do not like to take new jobs mid-season. Low-key saying he's not a top manager. Bye. Potter has accepted that results have not been good enough, but there remains a feeling inside Chelsea that he at least deserves one pre-season to properly work with a squad and start a season as Chelsea manager, which, again, he's not going. He's not going anywhere. And if this big article doesn't say that to you guys, then I don't think anything else will. Potter's not going anywhere. The club have not considered sacking Potter or replacing him. Part 4, blame the pain game. Bowley calculated that the rebuild would most likely be painful. Senior sources have told Matt Law that Bowley and Bedard calculated that they could rebuild the squad and the staff in the space of 1 year and 3 transfer windows, but that would also bring with it ups and downs. Some of the work done in last summer's transfer window for Tuchel has created as many problems as solutions. Again, Tuchel under the bus. Insiders are well aware that Potter would never have constructed the squad he inherited and felt it's a January business that has been far more in line with his own philosophy. Then why has nothing improved since then? Last part. Chelsea now believe that they have the right support around Potter and that the January signings are players who can thrive under him and in his style, both on and off the pitch. Bowley and Bedard do not believe sustainable success will come from changing the manager or head coach every 6 months. That I agree with, but you got to admit when you made a mistake too. You've got to admit when you made a mistake too. Well, that's the end of that waffle piece. Absolute PR. But the fact that they've had to make all these excuses, it just shows they are not sacking him. This guy is not going anywhere. He is not going anywhere. They're giving him their full backing. He's going to be here till the end of the season, till the start of next season. And then, after that, maybe you might see something. Maybe you might see something. But until then, you won't see nothing. You won't see nothing, my friends. Big up Marcus saying big ups from Las Vegas. Potter is killing me. Potter is killing all of us. Every last one of us. Big up Declared as well, saying 12 million a year and 5 years contract. What risk? Going up from 2 million a year too. That's what he had at Brighton. There's not really any risk. It was easy for Potter. It's easy to lure him in. It's a load of shit. It is a load of shit. Just before I drop the link, I'll go for a few other transfer news. On Mason Mount, talks about extending Mount's Chelsea contract have been paused and given the need for them to focus on finishing well in the top flight and in Europe. They are not expected to resume until the summer. So potentially no further talks on Mason Mount's contract until the summer. It's time for you to play for your contract, my friend. It's time for you to play for your contract. Because don't even pretend you've been doing it this season. You ain't been doing shit. Even that left wing shift, I won't put too much blame on you because you're not a left wing, but you still can't do the fundamentals. Play for your contract or leave in the summer. Leave in the summer. I don't care where he goes. But until I see a different performance in Mason Mount, I don't give a shit. Get his ass out. Get his ass out. What else is there? Let me know you guys' thoughts on that. Fabrizio also said Chelsea will be open to letting Conor Gallagher leave Chelsea in the summer if they get a big proposal. Unless it's from a big six side, you are going to have to force Gallagher out yourself because he don't want to go. Talks of Mason Mount and Kante will continue. Should ignore both of that until the summer. Datro Fofana and Slonina will be considered for loans. I mean, fair enough, because Potter ain't going to give this guy any game time. Fofana was probably our best attacker in the first half, and they took him off to put Mount up top. Fucking Mount up top. God knows. God knows. Was there any other transfer news? Let me have a look, because I haven't even had a chance to properly check. Kante is expected to join full group training with the squad this week. Some positive news. And what else? Chelsea have set a price tag of 35 million to sell Pulisic. That should be enough to get him gone. I'm sure we get a club going in for him for that. And I've got nothing against Pulisic, but I know he wants to leave now, so it is what it is. And it's just stuff on Aubameyang. How the fuck do we bench our only good our only good striker for fucking Kai Havertz? I don't know. Lewis Mount probably... No, but if he's got 1 year left on his deal, they will sell him. They will sell him. Because you're giving him too much leverage if you keep him at that point. You let him go for free. That's pointless. Is Kante fit yet? Not fit enough to start. He's only just about to go into full group training now. Who do you see to leave? Your top three to go. Pulisic, Havertz, Ziyech. Actually, no, 4. Mount. There you go. Get them 4 gone. Pulisic and Ziyech, I haven't really got too much energy with. It's just not worked out for other reasons. Mount and Havertz, you two are shit. Just leave. Bums. Anything else? Hashtag free Oba. Yeah, free Oba. Free him up. Poor Oba, man. That brother has not been treated right. Man said there's J20 in my background. Where? He ain't here. Talking about this one, the one on the right, that's Pulisic and AC, my friend. That's not Jorginho, and that's Giroud. Ivanovic, Torres, everyone in the Champions League final. You know, the best part I like about that picture, you can't see Havertz in it. So it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But yeah. Lewis Hall's life matters. Yeah. You know what? Give him a run out at this point. Yeah, I know it's a decision made with the board, but what's the reasoning for it? I don't understand why Aubameyang doesn't get given game time when we put shit up front every game. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Lewis Potter's picking work rate over on the ball ability. Can't be asked. That explains why Jorginho got sold. But we move. Yeah, Ed, I actually agree. He's better off the bench. He's much better off the bench. Much better off the bench. Don't start that, brother. But we'll see him start in the next game. Man said Havertz probably offside on that picture too. It's all mad. It's all mad. I'll say, why do you hate Havertz so much? I wouldn't hate him as much if it weren't for his meaty stands. Just praising mid for the last 3 years. Stands make you hate a player much more than you even do. And yeah, that's partly this one. But yeah, I'm gonna send the link out. Do a scope. I know you wanted to hop on as well, so I'll send you the link too. Yeah, because you didn't make it onto the Southampton stream. So I'll send it to the guys on Insta first for once. Oh, fuck off, man. I can't be bothered for this shit. Move. Alright, cool. Oh, what did Justice say? No, just Kante back. Oh. Nearly done sending the link out, guys. Just bear with me. I think that's everyone. Yeah. Yeah, that's everyone. All right, cool. Right. Yes, guys. What's everybody saying?
Oi. So, Matt Law sucked off somebody real good, huh? Swallowed and everything to get that article out.
Swallowed them minerals, Jester. Swallowed them minerals. All
good God.
What was your thoughts on the article, though? What was your thoughts on it?
It's pure bullshit.
Yeah.
From somebody
from the board's perspective, or just the article
Law.
itself?
The whole article is a pile of manure. It smells like a farm. I don't know how else to tell you. It's a bullshit. They already have a contingency
too close
plan.
To something, man. Someone's mic's too close to something.
It's declared.
Yeah. Look, they have contingencies in place already. You don't go in and have a coach and go, well, we're not gonna have a backup plan. You know, everybody has to have swim fins at some point in time. So you don't go out without a life preserver. How many other puns do you want me to use? They have a plan in place. If this guy drops too low, he's gone this year. And I don't care what Matt Law put out. I don't care what everybody's saying. There is a point. They have a point in mind. If he crosses that threshold, he's gone.
Yeah, that's the relegation zone, personally.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. It's all speculation. I'm guessing he's on thin ice. Real thin ice.
I don't even think he's on thin ice, personally.
I think
neither do I.
I think
he should be drowning now.
As long as he's
not really.
As long as Chelsea will be in the Premier League next season, I don't think he's going to have any problems.
I
disagree with that. There is a point where they'll cut bait.
There's really no difference with us finishing 10th, like what's it called, 8th, 15th. I don't know, unless it's like the relegation.
There's a money difference.
The money's minuscule to them. Like it's more likely to be relegation. You know.
You know what I mean?
Like, you've been an avid supporter this whole time. You've moved the goalposts. Like
I've not moved any goalposts actually.
I was saying you in the chat. I heard your last stream. You kept.
I know what I said. Hold on. I know what I said. I didn't move any goalposts. I've been solid on my stance from the get go. Like he's not going anywhere. I just think there was one thing. Hold on. There was one thing that you said that you were like, the money that we've spent has shortened the tether for him, so that he should be under more pressure now. But I'm like, okay, cool. If that's your stance, it's only been
no favors. Yeah,
it's only been so little games. So even if you were to have that stance, and not enough time hasn't passed to even see like the fruits of that. You know, like we
but
would have to hold on. We'd have to be in a considerably worse position for that pressure to really start piling on. Because then it's like, okay, cool.
but
We've
it
given you
has
this money.
to
We've given you. No, it's been like 3 or 4 games. You know.
No. That's not the actual point. It's everyone's expectations were higher now, right? And even the media. So now everyone's saying, well, you spent this much money, and that is a factor on top of the results, right? If there was no spending, right, it would have been more. I don't think it might have been not as bad, yeah. Or it might have been.
Think
What I was
about
saying, that added to it.
If you do, damned if you don't.
Think about the money. Think about the money.
Well,
spent.
people were people were blaming the players, right? Yeah.
The reason why the
we got
money
these
was spent.
players, everyone was blaming the players. Now the guys practically got almost a new team, and nothing's changed. And now that's why everyone's pointing the finger at him now, because it's not the players' fault anymore. It's Potter's fault. That's why I said that was a good factor.
Well, that's bullshit.
Surely his work will be harder with the influx of new players having to already try and implement existing players already.
I mean, okay.
And good players too.
Hold on. I wanted to like point to the article, because as much as I think most of the things that were in the article are common knowledge. Like when they said like, oh yeah, like the summer transfer window we had with Tuchel has caused some problems, and to coincide with having a bunch of new players in the winter transfer window, that's common knowledge. We all know that. So for him to put that in that article to make it seem like, oh, this is some diamond they've uncovered as to the reason why we're so shit. No, it's just common knowledge. You have a shit summer transfer window like we did, and you try to fix it with another transfer window like we had in the winter, and you think that's going to solve anything. No, it isn't. There's going to be problems that come with that. It's just common knowledge.
Do you feel it was shit though?
The summer window was not shit, by the way.
The summer window was actually bad.
Yeah,
what the summer window?
The article said.
Yeah, the summer window was not shit.
The summer window was atrocious. Was awful.
In comparison to others, yeah.
No, it was not.
It was an atrocious window.
Getting our targets.
No, it wasn't. That's hindsight.
No. I mean,
no, it's not hindsight. Because hold on, declared. Hold on, stop. Wait, stop. Because I remember during summer, I argued every single transfer that came in with you specifically, Jester, and I said all of these signings is scattergun. We're just going for names. These were my words, and you said no. Like this is good. You said Koulibaly will be better than Rudiger. You promised me that Delict was coming, even though he didn't. You said Dembele's coming, or trusted ES Grimes. Like I remember all this shit. It was a horrible window. We were getting hijacked. We had no targets. We were just throwing money at absolutely anything with legs, and we had like a horrible success rate. It was a bad window. It was an atrocious window.
It wasn't a bad window.
We spent 80 million on.
You have to put things in perspective. You just can't go, well, it didn't look like.
And now you're going to bring up the centre backs. You're going to bring up the centre backs. I know we needed centre backs, but the way we went about it was still stupid.
Monopolize the whole time.
Article though. Like I feel like someone paid Matt Law to do that stuff to try to get 100%. Us back. There's no way that was purely to try to get the fans to see to sympathize with them, but that just made it worse in my opinion. Because some of the excuses were just insulting. Like
no, he's trying to get back into the club. That's why he wrote that thing.
Yeah,
he's only out with the club.
For real, because I feel like he's just guessing at everything. Like I feel like
it's all bullshit opinion. There's no fact in anything he wrote.
I was going on the side that it's paid PR, and why there is a paid PR for him is the more what I'm kind of rooting. if there is massive paid PR for him, and now because it's not just Matt Law, there's other people talking. I think the Athletic started saying like it's not just him. There's more out there, and I feel like they're trying to hold it together or make him look better than he is in this mess. I don't know why. And it seems like it's paid PR and they're trying to fix the situation that way. I think there's a longer process for these managers. I mean, the owners to go through.
You don't say. No, they gave the guy a 5-year contract. They gave this guy a 5-year contract. They obviously had some long-term plan, unless you want to.
What was it, Duroscope?
I wasn't in the room when they offered him the contract.
Sorry. I'll give you these factors, right? I'm going to give you these factors and tell me like how this kind of played out. So the guy's only getting 2 mil, and they propped him up. They gave him an offer which is just under Pep Guardiola and Klopp, the third highest paid manager, right? And those guys won trophies to get that contract, right?
Yep.
So he became a paid winner. and they gave him 5 mil, and they invested. Yeah, and mind you, there was none of these experts. Yeah, there's one of those experts that I have now in the hierarchy, right? So no one was around, right? So what data or what advice did they go off, right, to say this is the guy? Because if I was them, right, I would have got a world-class manager.
But declared, you're not them. You're not them.
I'm not
That's
them.
what you need to
and you're not them, and none of us are them. But I'm saying if they were a bit clueless because they had no one around them, why wouldn't they go for something that's known, world-class manager that they can't go wrong with? And even that can still go wrong. But at least you know why did they take such a gamble, pay him like a world-class manager, right? And pay him long-term, right? When you're in a position
whose expectations? Our expectations. Declared.
They went with a younger manager to fit their futuristic vision. They want.
Why didn't they buy the youngest manager out there?
Well, I mean, like the age. Hold on. It's not age. It's more upcoming. They saw that Potter was on an upward trajectory with Brighton, and we can get him now, and he can grow into being one of the best managers in the game. That was their thought process. I don't agree with it. I think we should have waited until we got a sporting director before we hired Potter. I agree with that, but that was their thought process.
We shouldn't have a manager all year long.
I mean, no, hold on. I mean, we could have. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying go with someone temporary, like someone well known.
We're gonna have an interim coach all year long.
No.
Hold on. Like, okay, now I don't know what you're trying to do here, because like we already knew we were in turmoil. The board knew we were in turmoil because they knew what they were getting into when they bought the club. We knew we were in a bad position. We knew a rebuild was necessary. Hiring and this is why I'm still willing to give Potter time. Because hiring a manager under these circumstances is suicide. Hence the results we're now seeing. So,
no, it's not.
Well, it is clearly, but like,
no,
so when. Okay.
So what do we do?
Managers have been through worse. And
all I'm saying is.
I'll ask you a question, Justa.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, bro. So what we sat in based. I'm for the first and foremost. This guy needs to stay. He needs to turn it around. I'm not here for the sacking, but let's just for semantics, for the conversation's sake. We sack Potter. Who do we bring in that's going to steady the ship? Who do we bring in that's going to turn what he's done around and Tuchel around and get us to a better position than where we are? Who do you believe that can do that?
You grab a cone and you draw a face on it, and I think
he didn't ask you declared. He didn't ask you declared. He didn't ask you declared. Stop.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were giving it to us. Sorry.
Well,
more
adjusted. But
I'm just going to wait till everybody stops talking.
Yes, sorry. I thought that was to all of us. Sorry.
The two names they're looking at are Glasner at Frankfurt and Luis Enrique. I can tell you who they're looking at. I can't tell you if they're going to be the ones that turn us around, because you're asking me to, see into the future. I don't have that ability.
Who does Glasner manage again?
Eintracht Frankfurt. He's a Ralph Ragnick dude.
He won the Europa League last season.
School of pressing.
And he won the Europa League last year. So,
say we were to sack Potter, would you guys be happy with this man coming in and giving him time, or would you expect him to hit the ground running?
They would expect him to hit the ground running.
Results.
No. I expect the simple fundamentals.
Just show me some improvement game in and game out.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. We wouldn't be complaining if we had beat Southampton. Like, I don't think Potter out would have been any discussion.
But you know what, Lewis,
I was my point, and this is why I'm saying it's squad and players, because we've got to this point of the last few games when we should have beaten Dortmund and that was on the team. We should have beaten fucking Fulham, that was on the team. Should have beaten Liverpool, that was on the team. I could go back with that as well. Even with Potter's mistakes, poor game management, all of that, squad is still culpable as well.
I want to build up on that point you made, Lewis, because I do believe that because you're saying like it's partially the players and whatnot. My thing is, when Potter came in, he wasn't playing this 4 at the back thing. He was playing a 3 at the back. But I genuinely believe that there's been like pressures from the board for him to play this specific system, and that they want to play this specific system, or like they want to play like a more like, I don't know. I think they want to stay away from whatever Tuchel was doing and move into this new whatever.
That's just ignorant.
No, it was Potter who wanted the back four. That was
yeah.
So wait, is Bowley our manager at the moment? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm not saying Bowley in particular. This is just my particular. I'm just guessing here. Like I'm just saying. I'm just telling you.
I think the bigger problem is
just why I think
if someone's telling Potter what to play, I think that's the bigger problem than actually, playing that formation.
But think about it. They talk all the time. Like,
why get a manager and then have to tell him his philosophy? Does that? Do you know
hold on. How is it really that if you guys believe that Potter is such a yes man and a bumba diavoli, how far fetched is it to think that maybe this guy's telling him?
Who thinks that?
Look at the chat. Take a look at the chat. Take a look
at
the chat.
Yeah, but let's have it correct. Let's not like we have freaking geniuses in the chat.
That is correct. That is correct. But I do. I mean, but like I don't know. Listen, I'm just guessing. Obviously, I have no proof of this, but that's just my guess.
Nobody tells Potter what to play. Potter is the manager of the team.
But Duarte, can you not beat Southampton at home?
I mean, I agree. I mean, you say that, but I don't think he tried.
Excel, there's no excuse as to why he can't beat Southampton at home.
I agree. There isn't. But here's my thing. He clearly didn't want to win. He didn't want to win the game.
Why are you doing that, Chelsea, if you don't want to win the game? Like, what is this?
Because this is my thing. He's too comfortable. He's too comfortable. He's getting so much reassurance from the board. He can do whatever he wants. So he doesn't care.
And try to get us relegated. What the hell?
Okay, we're not going to get relegated, but I just don't think he cares. He doesn't give a fuck.
The problem
if he cared, he would not have played Mason Mount left wing. If he cared, he would not have taken off our only number 9.
How about he just doesn't know what he's doing?
That's what I'm saying.
Why can't we just say that?
He doesn't know what
he said. He was trying to lose. He wasn't trying to lose.
No, I didn't say he was trying to lose. I just said
he didn't care. You did say that.
No, I said he didn't care. He didn't care. He wasn't trying to win. He wasn't trying to win.
Yeah, managers don't ever. This has gotten.
That's ridiculous, bro. That he knew what he was trying to do. It just didn't work, and he got out tacticked by himself.
No, because what he was trying to do was
a caretaker at best that don't know what the hell he's doing. That just came in. These guys are lost to Wolves. They haven't kept a clean sheet in 28 games.
Mm-hmm. I think what's it called? All he wanted to do was, I think he wanted to cater to our medical staff.
Oh,
and they were like, that's what I think.
I think how much did you get paid?
No. Here's the thing. I think that's. Hold on. That's. I'm not justifying it.
You're part of the PR.
Declared. I'm not justifying it. I think that's bullshit.
You are. Hold on.
I thought. Declared. Shut the fuck up. When I saw that,
I just want to say this. Don't forget that this is your opinion. And
don't put it on either of you.
When I saw that,
I just want to say,
playing the stream in the background as well?
Like when I saw that, I thought that was bullshit. Like, I saw the thing and it was like, oh yeah, the medical staff said that like all of these players risk serious injury if they play against Southampton. I'm like, what a load of waffle. So you didn't know that these guys were injury concerns before you started playing them. It's now at Southampton that all of these players in unison all need to be dropped for medical reasons. But like, I just think that's bullshit. But I do think that's the reason why he did it. I don't think
Haven't
that's
we
right.
been calling for that?
What do you mean?
Haven't we been calling to rest players so they don't get injured all the time?
I mean, don't say we have. You haven't. You haven't.
He's just a shit manager. Just say that and move on.
I mean,
why now? Why rest him now when we got a week rest?
I agree, Declared. I agree, but that's the reason why he did it.
This is so
that's
much
what I'm
waffle.
saying. Why don't we just sack the medical staff with him as well? Because
you're part of in.
Yeah, no, but see, look. We would have been sitting here on the stream if those players would have played and Reece James gets injured or Thiago Silva gets injured. We're like, why didn't we rest them? Do you ever heard of maybe monitoring their minutes? Woo! See, this is waffle from this fan base because they say one thing one week and then another thing the next week.
I understand that for James, but then I'm looking at Potter and thinking, why did you rush him straight into starting the first 3 games? Then if we now have to rest him for this one, that one's on him.
Lewin.
Silva. He's got one of the highest minutes last season and this season. With a 2 days rest and a must-win game against Southampton, I don't understand benching 2 of our best players. I don't get it.
And Lewis, it makes no sense because he played Kovacic the whole game. and Kovac is just
exactly.
Can I say?
That's the thing. Like, he manages Mudrik's minutes excellently, and then he throws Reece James straight into the lineup. It's like, what?
He really doesn't really. I feel like he's just saying anything, and he really doesn't know what he's doing. Because even after that post-match interview, he says, "Yeah, Southampton was well prepared." That and even you're saying he's comfy. That's disrespectful, because if owners are spending that much money and practically having a brilliant January transfer window, and you just would sit there and not expect the results, that's borderline disrespectful to the owners.
My question would be to him: why weren't we? So, does that mean we weren't prepared? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Why weren't they asked that? What do you mean they were? What do you mean they were well prepared? They lost the Wolves, the 10-man Wolves last week after being 1-0 up and fired their manager. What do you mean they were well prepared? What are you talking about?
I don't believe that. I don't believe Potter's the one taking trainings. I think it's his coaching staff. I just think he's just.
This is a nonsense. He doesn't do training.
You're giving him a
Is he a hologram? Is he a hologram that doesn't exist in real life?
Bro, hold on. Relax. Hold on.
Hey, Duroscope just wants to disagree with you. That's it.
Guys, declared. When Eunice went to the training ground, and what was the observation? That this guy just standing around, arms folded, clapping his hands, thing. It's mainly his coaching staff that is doing majority of the work on the training ground. That's what I personally believe. And this isn't.
That's just Potter. You seen him at the matches. That's what he does.
Stop. And this isn't a new thing, by the way. Managers have been doing this for a long time, where they don't take trainings. You know, where they just let their coaching staff do most of the work on the training ground, and they just, sit back and do their thing. This isn't a new thing. I just think
you're saying every Potter's actions is normal, like every other. It's not new.
I'm not saying. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you what it is.
But then you're excusing yourself and you're saying, no, this is not me. This is kind of what happens. This is your opinion, yeah? You're not at the games. You're not in the fly in the wall. You just admitted that before, and now all of a sudden you're telling us facts. No. You're just disagreeing with. You're just trying to disagree with everyone.
I'm not trying to disagree.
You actually loved when Potter came in. You loved that Tuchel got sacked. You've been supporting this manager since the get-go, and now you're making excuses for him.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just providing other sides of the.
That's what it sounds like.
You guys have a discussion within yourselves. Yeah, you're not letting anybody else speak. But yeah, man.
Welcome, Kai. Give us some insight.
Shut up,
Duar, you made me laugh, bro. He wasn't trying against Southampton. Does that mean he only was trying twice in the last 15, bro?
I mean,
what about the other 13 games? Was he trying then, or?
I don't know. I'm just talking about particularly look at the lineup he put out. That is not the lineup of a man that's trying.
You know what the Southampton manager said? He said we didn't even get a chance to work on our tactics yet.
Oh, so he did say that.
Did say that.
I didn't find the quote. I didn't find the quote for that, but
no, that's the second person that said it. That's enough for me. That's enough. Whatever. It's not even their manager. That's their under-18s coach, and they didn't. And they bopped us off the park. They didn't even just scrape.
I have never
possession in the first half. That's embarrassing.
I heard the guy was a video editor before that job.
It's so much better now.
I have never thought in my life that we would argue for a manager who's set in 10th, man, whether he should be sacked or not, man. Imagine if it was Real Madrid. Imagine if it was Bayern. Imagine if it was not even, man, Leicester, fucking Leeds.
Hella handkerchief.
No, you can't say Leicester, because Rodgers should have got sacked a long time ago, and he managed to turn it around. So you can't actually use Leicester. So
okay,
you're fucking
We're not even Leicester. We're not even Leicester level, man.
Even turn it around, they're still low.
They're still below us. They're still no Leicester.
I mean, I think they lost their first 7 games. And then they managed to put
Rodgers is still trying to get sacked, man. You don't remember the start of the season? The payout's too much for him.
Listen, 2 from 15.
All I'm saying is,
all you're saying is the same crap you guys said about Lampard, man. Who's gonna replace him? Who's gonna come in now? Oh, we're gonna give him until the end of the season. Blah blah blah. And look what happened, man. Won the Champions League.
No, what I am
the shitty English managers who don't know how to manage. They're not good. Okay. They're not reputable. They have like the fucking arrogance of Jose Mourinho and the coaching of Nunes, bro.
Don't be personal, bro. Don't blanket all of them, bro.
These managers are just shit. but they have the ego of fucking Jose Mourinho with the talent of Nunes.
Just say you don't like Potter. Don't blanket.
I don't like. Obviously, I don't fucking like Potter. He has my club at 10. He has my club at 10.
It's factual. There are no good English managers.
What should I like a manager who has my club at 10?
One at a time.
Come on, brother.
No, bro. Tell me, what should I like a manager who has 2 wins from 15 for my club? Why should I like him for, bro? For
no, I agree.
His
Listen,
Potter's
a wanker.
His eye bags. What should I like him for, bro?
Potter is a wanker. I agree with that. But this is the thing.
So why are you sucking his dick the whole stream?
I'm not.
I had to come here because you said something ridiculous. He wasn't even trying. So he wasn't trying for the last 15 games. He was only able to.
I'm just talking about Southampton. But what I'm saying.
What about the
shut up, man. What I am saying is this guy is comfortable, and the reason he's comfortable is because the trust the board have in him. He isn't getting sacked.
They are being managed,
bro. Unless we get relegated, Potter is not getting sacked.
All right, but that's not something we should be happy about. We're failing as a club, man. We shouldn't be happy. We shouldn't be holding that over our fucking head and manifesting it like something great, man. Our club is suffering, man.
Yeah,
the club is dying. It's not something that you should be happy about.
I'm not happy about it. Do you think I'm happy?
I'm happy about it.
I'm detached.
Every one of us here is hurting. Every one of us here is hurting over it, and you're trying to fucking justify it and trying to make.
I'm trying to provide a rationale for it.
You're not,
bro. The rationale is he is failing at his job. 2 win from 15.
No shit. You don't say. You don't say.
Okay, so
I'm
there
just
you
trying
go.
to tell you.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Kai, listen. So what you?
What's more rational than fucking numbers, bro? What's more rational than numbers, bro?
So all you want to ask, listen. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want. You can't expect me to come on here and now be like, okay, cool, yeah, Pot is shit. Pot is terrible. It's such a mess. We're collapsed. We're gonna get relegated, and all of those things. Maybe
no, nobody said we're gonna get relegated, but that doesn't matter.
Hold on.
So what's more rational? Either top 4 or getting relegated.
Crying about it doesn't.
Talk one at a time, please.
Crying about it solves nothing.
Yeah, and accepting it solves nothing either.
I'm not accepting.
Believe me, Duar. I know you're still young. Believe me, bro. Accepting things.
I'm not accepting anything,
bro.
I'm not accepting.
You are accepting.
Okay. You know what? What are you gonna do about it, Kai? Kai, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
Out of Chelsea right
now. Why are you doubling down though?
It doesn't matter.
You're declared. Get him out of Chelsea.
One at a time.
Well, you gotta kick the dude out that's been talking for the last 30 minutes.
For fuck's sake, man, listen to Lewis. You fucking
shut up.
Bro, I've never seen like Mourinho defended the way that these people are fucking defending this fucking Sean Dyche with progressive football, bro. What is this shit, man? Who is this guy, man? What has he won that he's being defended for taking us 12?
Kai.
No one's defending him. Look, Duroscope doesn't want to admit he's wrong, so he's double downing. That's just simple as that.
What do you mean double down? Very simple. Okay, you know what?
You're doubling down on how wrong you
were. What am I doubling down on specifically?
You're very Potter in, and now it actually hasn't turned right.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. You were the biggest advocate.
That's a lie.
Right?
That's another lie.
Mistaking your name for Potter. So
that's another lie.
No, I'll pull it all up, but you'll be going, and that's okay. A lot of people were, but now a lot of people changed their mind after this game, right? But you don't want to do that. I get it, right? You don't want to. It's hard to come out, but I wouldn't double down.
I'm not double.
You're actually going stronger. Everyone is making a point, and you're finding a way to disagree him with waffle points, with no points, as if you were there, and you speak like it's fact, right? And it's not. You at least say your opinion. Say it in an opinion, but you don't want to have an opinion. You don't want to say it like fact.
Declared.
Right?
Okay, that's fine. I was not Potter in. I was Tuchel out.
You were.
Hold on. Declared. Stop. Declared. You went.
You were Tuchel out. Potter in.
Declared. You went.
I'm getting a headache, bro. I'll see you later.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Guys, just talk one at a time, please. Try not to interrupt each other.
Declared. I was not Potter in. I was Tuchel out, and I said specifically, wait and Bowley should wait until you have the court of public opinion on your side before you sack Tuchel. That was what I said, and what I meant by that was sack him at the end of the season. That's always my stance. My stance is always sack managers at the end of the season, not mid-season.
Okay.
And then when we hired Potter, I thought it was a bit too soon. I was like, surely you can take some time, get a sporting director in to make a decision. You're not equipped to make a decision. That was my stance. That's fine. So now that we've established that, now that we hired Potter, he's here now. He ain't going nowhere. All I'm saying is, Potter may not be the guy at the end of this. He may not even make it the 5 years. I'm not advocating him to make it for the 5 years. I'm just saying he was brought in.
What about into the season, though?
Stop.
That was your stance.
Stop. He was brought in for a reason. Yeah. At least let him see out the initial stage of the rebuild. If nothing's still changing, fine. Fine. Okay, cool. So I said, okay, cool. I want to see some better football by the beginning of next season. I'm willing to shorten that. I'm willing to compromise.
How will that happen if there's no progression at all in 6 months?
This is last I'm going to say. I give him
How will
1
it happen,
month.
though?
I give him 1 month. If by the
Oh, you give him 1 month. What about the last 6 to make progress? If
by the beginning of April we're still as shit as we are now, then he has to go.
You think it's just magically going to be
do a scope? What about look?
I wait that
not even the month. I'm not even saying the month. Look, you said you had a principle about giving managers the end of the season. Do you think he should like stay into the season? Like after that, see you later. Like if he doesn't do anything.
If we continue like this to the end of the season, then no, he should be sacked.
I agree with that. If he can show something a massive turnaround, then yeah, I can change my mind. But it doesn't look like it. That's why we still got that stance. But why not have that stance? Because it doesn't. Like every other point you make, it doesn't sound like it matches with the point you just made. If that's your principle, because with every manager.
Because what I was talking about before, I wasn't talking about except from the one thing where I talked about the training. I'm talking about. I'm just providing a rationale for why he's doing the things he's doing. I'm not justifying it, like Kai said. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying this is probably why he's doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Of course, that's why I said make it your opinion rather than like a fact, right?
What now about him getting sacked at the end of the season if nothing changes? That's my personal stance.
Things rarely just magically change, bro. That's not how life works. Life doesn't work like that. You don't go from shit to great just because you hold your hands and hope for it, bro. That's not how life works, man.
What does that have to do with this conversation?
Because what you're saying is stupid. You don't know how to do the basics in football and just know how to do them greatly in the space of a month. That's not how fucking the world works. Not only football,
he was given a 5-year contract, so like there's obviously
that's fine, and obviously that was a mistake.
No, but just like I'll give you one of those reasons that you described, right? We kind of needed. They were desperate to get him out, and they weren't. You know, these Igbali and Bowley.
They were desperate to get who out?
Potter out of Brighton, right?
Okay.
So they paid the clause, and you know he had great security at Brighton. Yeah, they gave him the wages, they gave him the year, and these guys probably didn't know what they were doing, and they didn't know a lot of managers as well. This is possibility. Like the 5 years wasn't mainly because they trusted him a lot. Is probably to convince him to actually jump ship, right? Because no one wants to come at the start of the season. You know what I'm saying? So I think desperation might have led to the 5 years, not because they had a plan in mind, because you're not going to one-shot the best manager that you had in mind. You know what I'm saying? It might take a couple managers to find that one you were seeking that matches what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't be that sure from the first manager. That is also a possibility.
They took a lucky guess on, but they were naive with hiring Potter. That's just how it was. They were just naive with it. You know, they shouldn't have given him 5 years. They shouldn't have given him 12 million a year. But they did those things, and they had a reason.
Maybe out of an act of desperation. Do you know what I mean?
I think that obviously in reference to the article, they said something about like, oh, Potter was unsure and needed some sort of certainty that he would be that he wouldn't be fired after they just sacked Tuchel, and that's probably why they paid him so much, to show that they have some level of trust in him. So you can't offer this guy the amount of money that you did on the basis of trust, and then now 6 months later, when it's going all pear-shaped, you now want to sack him. So you just be proving the guy right with his initial concern before coming to the job if you just sack him 6 months in.
Do you think it might be a clause?
There's no clause. There's no clause
for 1 year.
No, there's no clause.
For him.
No, there's no clause to get rid of him. Why would there be a clause?
No. To give him the year.
What do you mean?
Like
so what you get them in a sack. Get them all.
So what you're saying is that like obviously Potter was in a great position of power to bargain with, right? So if he got a lot of his way, including the wage and all that, and maybe there was a clause to give him a free pass on 1 year, like he couldn't get sacked in a year. I don't know if that exists, but
they probably just agreed on it. I don't know about a clause. They just agreed on it.
Yeah, of course.
Like
We didn't even know.
maybe?
We didn't even know how FFP works. Obviously, you didn't know that there's a clause if things hit the floor.
There's no clause.
Most likely, there will be a clause if things go to shit. That there is something that they could fall into.
Hey, I said this even
unless they're very
stupid. Clause, but I don't know.
Unless they're very stupid. No, it could be like he didn't get Champions League or he didn't get top 6.
No, who knows? We've been told numerous times that he hasn't had a target for this season. There's no target.
But that doesn't mean that's the same way.
That one I can believe.
So why would he be sacked for not making Champions League or top 7 or something, for example? I just don't see that.
Because they might judge him until the end of the season. Because it's still It's also still mathematically possible for us to get top 4, and it's still mathematically possible for us to get to win the Champions League. Things will start looking a lot more clearer after the Dortmund.
I'll put the link in the chat for you guys. You're asking. Let me go through a couple of these super chats quickly. Aaron says, "What loss was worse, Dinamo Zagreb or Southampton?" Honestly, I'd say the Southampton away game. Southampton away was even worse. We should have lost 4-1 in that game. We were getting pounded in the second half for fun. S. says, "I don't know, but I'm guessing."
I think he means this game.
Yeah, we still lost both.
This game is the worst.
Yeah, probably.
Appreciate the donation, Estop. Big up yourself. Big up Naval Nation saying in 6 months we haven't scored more than 1 goal with 0 goal difference at the moment. 23 goals scored and conceded. Forget this season. Imagine next season. Think about that. I'm worried about that. What I'm worried about is we really drop off from now till the end of the season. We finish somewhere mid-table. How attractive do you look in the summer? How attractive do you look to players that we're trying to bring in? I don't think you look very attractive, personally. Naval Nation says if we're 10th now, where are we next season? Next season, if it's the same old shit, he will be sacked. I'm
100%.
Sure. Oh, no way. Hey, welcome back, bruv. Where have you been?
What?
I need these minerals. I need this.
No way. Oh, he's sorting out his mic. You take your time, my friend. You take your time.
You sort my mic out, bro. Can you sort my mic out?
Your mic's fine.
Is it? You guys still remember me? Seriously?
Oh man,
what are you on about?
Look at the comments. The goat is back. What are you saying?
Yeah, I just had I was off because I had, reduction surgery because my schlong was getting thicker than elephant, nose. So,
yeah. Like that's mad.
I really like older players. I like older men. If you want to win Premier League, you need older men.
Sorry,
your daddies.
Yeah, I like older. Yeah. Because
can you say it in a different tone when you say you like older men. Can you just say it in a different tone?
I just like Jose Mourinho loves older men. When he was in Inter Milan, he had all these older guys who won Champions League. So listen,
older and more experienced. Yeah.
Yeah. Our squad is really young. Yeah. We've got really young players 20, 21, 22 with a lifelong contract, It's a bit you need to give Paul a bit of time. I think he's not that bad, to be honest, because when Paul came in, I was why is he in? We could have waited. We could have someone a technical director, and then we could have hired someone big names like Glasner, Sergio Conceição, but we couldn't, we didn't, we signed Potter, right? Now, this guy, Todd Bowley signed all these, young players with lifelong contracts. So we now need to give time because if for example, if we start Potter out, if we start doing Potter out, then it's going to be a player power for Chelsea club for the next 5-6 years. So we have to be very careful what we are doing, what side we are on. I really don't want Paul out at this moment. I see a player power.
You think the players are going against Potter?
not against Potter. If Potter gets sacked, right, the next manager we're going to hire should have 6-7 years in his contract with same wages which young players are getting. You know, I mean, have you ever seen like? Normally, if you're a Premier League winning team, the average age of your squad is like 25 to 28 years of age, right? Our is 20, 21.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like we can't win Premier League with these young girls. Yeah, I mean we signed.
Asking about the league, it's just about getting some improvement in our performances. That's the biggest thing. I can't even defend that because I just see us going backwards everywhere.
We could have won the Dortmund game if Kai Havertz and Felix had scored 2 goals, right? We could have won the last game Southampton if Mason Mount could have done the header. And who was the other guy? Raheem Sterling could have scored 2 goals. Like, we could have won that game. Do you get me? Like, it's not...
I hear that. I've been saying that a lot. I hear that. I do hear that.
I mean, you can have Potter until next year, right? Sell Havertz and Mason Mount, get some money, and then maybe sign a bigger player, bigger manager, I think. Because listen, everything is about contracts. Like whoever has the biggest contract, he runs the club, right? For example, if you go to a gym and whoever has the biggest penis, he's the alpha male. Do you get me? It's
I don't
same
know
in
what gym
football.
you go to, bro. I don't know what gym you go to,
it's same in football. Like if you've got a bigger contract, I think Bolly made a mistake by giving these big contracts to these young players. He should have spent like 300-400 million on likes of Marquinhos, Kimmich, and Jonas Hofmann, or maybe Kimbembe, older players, and then we could have bought this Ukrainian Barbie doll, or Noni Maduke. The guy has a hairline, so put back, or maybe Enzo. It could have been that way, but now, if you want to start this Potter out thing, then I'm so worried about like from going one shit to another shit.
Fucking hell. Yeah. I agree with all of that except the gym and the
penises and everything else that was
It's about if you want to sign a new manager, you have to give him 7-8 years. You can't be in a dressing room. All the younger lads have like 10 years contracts, and you have only 2 years contract. It's not possible. Like your son cannot be your father. Can it? It's not naturally possible. Is it?
Of what?
Like your son cannot be your dad. Like your manager cannot be like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like.
That makes sense.
Hey, Classic, just tell us where you've been, mate.
How was Salzburg?
I did my article shit. Like I'm not gonna go deep into it because I'm not allowed to.
It sounds to me he's been in cuckoo land if he wants the manager to have 5 years, especially Potter.
If Potter gets his way, I think he Potter is amazing with back three.
He gets his way. We'll end up 10 and 20th, man.
Kukurea and Enzo will really be good at back three. I think if Potter gets a chance, because I do agree with Axel, like Dildo guy, because if you see Brighton, how they play, like when Potter was there, it was back three, you know? And if we kind of have a back, if we kind of have a back three, then, I mean, I don't want to talk about Potter out at this moment. I want to talk about like players, you know, because everybody is talking about Potter out and it's just too much. Like it's giving everybody so headache. Let's talk about players. Like, what do you think about new players and what formation we should go against Tottenham Hotspur?
Really? Well, we need you want to talk about players, but with all due respect again, we need somebody that can, direct them and address them and get them playing for him. And the reason why we're talking about Potter is because I think we've all finally come to the conclusion that he's not the man. And can I just have a big out to Tony SW6? And as you guys, if you know me at all, or him, big up Tony. I know he's watching. And let me get this clear. He was the one. I'm not going to say about me, it was me and him from the start, but he was the one that put it out there on a video right from the start. He was really upset about Tuchel losing his job. There is a certain individual that's on the airways that says it's all about him, but I think we all know that is. But I'm sure that we'll get to that at some other point. But no, big up to him, because I think however long that may carry on with Potter, I truly don't believe he is the man, and I don't care how long he gets, because he just hasn't got that class. He's not an elite manager. So whether somebody did mention it earlier on, the danger is if you do give him into next season, I think he'll fuck up next season as well. So if we give him into, let's say, October, November or December, before they say we've finally got to kick him into touch, then we're going to have another season where we don't win anything, and that's the danger. That's right. What my humble opinion. That's what I don't want. I think we've all written this season off, but what we haven't done is written next season off, and it looks like they're not going to get rid of him. And if we go through next season, we're going to be starving and we're going to be miserable, and it's going to be something I don't think we've seen for many of a year. I think me and Tony might have seen the days back in the 80s, possibly early 90s. We saw a bit of that, being our age, but that's the danger. That's what I think. I don't really want that to happen. What do you think, Lewis?
I didn't deep the stuff about next season, but if we do just take a gamble with him and we have to wait a month or two, we have set ourselves back a month or two in the season for all of our plans. So I don't know. Potter's not going to get sacked till the end of the season, so he does have time to completely turn things around. It's just I don't have the belief that he has it in him anymore.
Another issue we have, Lewis, another problem is, if we find ourselves in a relegation fight, I don't believe our players know what it takes to fight in the relegation. I'm really scared, because I'll use an analogy. This is like you take a rich kid, you put him in a slum. They don't know how to operate in that, because fighting the relegation is different beast. I tell you what, the teams down there, they fight for their lives. And then you take some of our players, I don't think they will handle it. I think if we find ourselves closer to the drop zone,
Rodrigo, of course they will. They all got clauses.
We're not getting relegated, man.
Hey, they all got clauses. They don't care about relegation.
That's right.
Why are we entertaining this?
I don't know, because we're closer to the bottom.
I mean, where are we getting 9 points from?
Exactly. And Lewis, we of the 21 of the 31 points that we have, 10 of them came from Tuchel. If you take Tuchel's point out of this, we would be in a relegation zone.
Are you guys actually
9 points? Wait. How many points from Tuchel?
So 10 points, and Porto has 21.
21, sorry.
So if we are 21 points now, we would be what? Southampton have 18 points. So we'll be 2 points ahead of Southampton. Oh, sorry, is that 2? 3 points ahead of Southampton. I think.
Now, let me go through a few of these super chats quick. Big up J Mojo saying apparently the board's helping Potter pick the squad. If the Aubameyang news is true, they probably have more than they're saying. It explains why Mount and Havertz are constantly.
That's what I was saying.
Big up Dinishton saying Klasref was right about Havertz. Bring Timo back. Yep.
Allow it.
For that. And big up Aaron as well, saying no excuses for losing to Southampton, even with our bench players. Gave them their first Premier League clean sheet since October. Exactly. Even that rotated side should have been enough to get a result. But it's just got absolutely dominated. I do say as well, resting our two best players for no reason, that don't make sense.
I think that really.
I think we're not going to get relegated. I think we're not going to get relegated. Some positive from Potter is that, like, he gave 2 days off to the team, and then the positives are he doesn't care about like media anymore, like social media. I like that in manager. I like that in manager. I like the manager who doesn't because when we.
Potter, now, when we big up to Potter, class ref. Let me say something. Sorry, and I don't want to interrupt you. You're saying big up to Potter because he gave the guys 2 days off, and he doesn't care about the media. I mean,
right now, like he's giving back.
Please, I'll let you finish, please, with all due respect. His arrogance, the cheek of the guy to come out and say that he had to dwindle the team around because of the midweek in Germany. And injuries. We've got one of the biggest squads, the best quality squad, in my humble opinion, in the Prem. I mean, what's going on here? We lost to a managerless Southampton that hadn't had any points since last year. I can't even remember what it was. Maybe some guys will know about that. That it's just pure arrogance that he thinks, and he's given reassurance that he can stay in the job come what may. Listen, I go home and away. I'm not going to keep going watching this bollocks. I'm not sure about you guys, but it's getting. Do you know how depressing it was for that first half? Lewis was there. It was so depressing. They played us off the park on Saturday. It was one of the worst 45 minutes of football I've seen for many of a year. So please, before you say about Potter, have a bit of respect for Chelsea Football Club and our standards, because
Steve, listen. Are you on drugs? Like, you're saying we've got like the best squad in Premier. Are you on drugs? These are young guys, like really 2029. I never knew about Modric. When we signed Modric, I never knew about Modric, but Twitter spaces were like, Modric is next Ronaldo. Like, I didn't knew about PSV Eindhoven, Madueke. I didn't knew about like Enzo being like the next big thing. I thought Enzo was 8. I don't know why we sold Jorginho. Jorginho would have been upset.
What's got to? Yeah, exactly. What's got to?
We sacked Tuchel. It has, because it's a process. It's a process. When Todd Boehly signed all these players, because you guys were on spaces saying we need these players, he signed for you. Now he's sticking out with Potter. Back him up.
Wait,
have some patience.
He hasn't.
Have some patience. You're worried because Mason Mount and Kai Havertz are gonna get sold next year probably. Maybe that's the reason you want to get Potter out.
What I mean is,
why can't you
take a little bit of accountability?
When Boehly has spent 600 million on World Cup winner Enzo and Modric, the next Ronaldo, Madueke, Varishile, Andres Santos, why can't you back him off now? Give him fucking time.
How much time passive?
Yeah, whatever. Like, you guys are flip-flopping.
Hold on, get the calculator.
How long?
We're not gonna get relegated. There might be no champ. There might be, you know what the Americans something like Super League next year.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. We might be there. You got me. We're not gonna get relegated. Give him time. This is a young player. You don't want to hand your club to players. There will be a player powers. Well, player power after we sacked Potter. It's so basic.
Nothing to do with player power, darling.
There will be player power because they're on lifelong contracts.
It's to do with fan power. We're not going to watch this bullshit for more than half a season to a season and carry on. Just give Potter time. How long do you think we should give this guy? He's won twice in about 15 games. How long? Do you know?
I'll tell you how long.
You know that.
I'll tell you how long. I'll tell you how long. Until we start winning.
Do you go to
winning with these young players? Until we have.
Do you go to the games?
What do you mean by I go to the games?
Bridge. Do you go to the games? There's a question for you.
Proper.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
You do sometimes. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been there most of the season, and Saturday was fucking miserable.
So what?
It was
disabled people go to games.
There's people that sit
people with mental disability go to the games. What's your point? People with mental disability go to games.
Well, that's what
what's your point?
Yo, Klasbrev. No, hold up, Steve. Klasbrev, what do you think of? Oh, he's gone on mute. That's not good.
Go on, listen, I've had my bit. Listen,
Klasbrev, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time, Klasbrev. I need to ask you the question.
How you doing, mate? Okay.
What do you think of Ziyech, Klasbrev?
You asked me that last time.
No, let's see what Klasbrev has to say.
Not the time.
I'm not worried about Ziyech. I'm not worried about the older players. I'm worried about the younger players.
Fuck the other players. What do you think of Ziyech?
Oh, fuck off. I ain't answering fucking Ziyech. Who cares about Ziyech?
Why not, man?
Hey, Classic, he's been waiting for so long, and you just told him what he wanted to hear.
I want in summer if we sign 3-4 leaders, like 3-4 players above 25 years of age, and then we can decide about Power, because we don't have leaders. We sold Rudiger, we sold Christensen, we sold J5, we sold Werner. We have young players. Like no young English Premier League cannot be won by young players.
Hey,
Werner.
Hey.
I said I didn't want it Potter, but if Todd Bowley made a mistake, gave him a contract. If Todd Bowley made a mistake, gave 7 to lifelong contracts to player, then let's just correct it, rather than giving player power to these young lads.
They already
you want to give player power to Modric.
We're going to rebuild the squad anyway. So is it player power if a lot of those older players are going to be leaving?
We need to sign new and older players, and
yeah,
then
I know, but like the ones that we have now are likely going to leave. So where is the player power if they're going as well?
Player power is when, for example, if Potter gets sacked, right? Then the player power starts, because the next manager we need to hire, we need to make sure that manager gets the contract of 6-7 years, plus he gets high wages. And if that doesn't work out, then we are in a bigger shit.
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, I feel like what Classic is trying to say is that I don't think some of these players put in the Potter style of play. I don't think they buy it though. That's why they don't really like him that much. I mean, he's not
Everybody said back four, play back four, play back four, and Todd did it. Now give Potter a chance to play back three, because back three suits us. Because Conte did it, Tuchel did it, and we're used to it. It's in our gene. You can't just scrub back three and go back four. And if you watch Potter,
can I just correct something in the chat, please? Can I let all you chat Weasley little whinge in there about Steve's on about going to the games? What does that matter? I was bringing up the quality of the first half on Saturday. I wasn't saying that you don't go to the games and I'm a proper fan. I know you all start crying. I don't live there.
Queen.
Oh my God, you were proper fan.
That's the reason we like YouTube. That's the reason we like YouTube over Twitter. Because on YouTube, you've got people from different countries. You've got people who go to the games. That's why we like YouTube.
I'm not going to let you talk. Let me finish. The first half, right? And Potter.
I gotta go, bro. I'll be back. I gotta go.
Where are you going?
I gotta go because someone's waiting. I'll be back.
Class rep, come on. I wasn't planning on coming here. I just saw class ref. I went to the union.
Hi, Alex.
What's up, Big Steve? What's up, Big Steve?
Alex, give us a wave. Alex, give us a wave. Alex,
here's what wave you have.
Oh shit!
I wave it to you. Easier.
Mate. So that was my point. So stop moaning about me saying going to the games, right? What I was saying was how bad that was. Lewis came out afterwards and said, all right, mate, he didn't even talk to me, brushed by, went off for his 12-minute rant because he was so fed up, like we all were. It was absolutely garbage.
I'm still
it
waiting
boring,
for
Steve, it was boring. I almost fell asleep next to Lewis.
That's why you did.
Oh, did you go to church or something, Fatur? Did you go to church or something, Fatur?
No, I just came back. I just came off from work, man. I'm good. I just came off from work.
What kind of work is that? What kind of dressing code they have?
Bruv, it's casual Monday, man. Allow it.
It's casual Monday. It's a President's Day, man. Oh, you don't have presidents. You have queens.
Casual Monday
Kings.
to Friday.
Yeah. I wasn't planning on coming. I was just going to let the Dildo Excel keep yadding because you know what I was doing literally when he was doing his La La Land shit? I was actually going back on the streams and tried to see where he said that, oh, I was never Potter in. Oh, guess what? Do you want to say, Dildo, are you still here? I want to hear from you.
Yes, go on.
Dildo, give us a wave.
Where you at,
Dildo, give us a wave. Dildo, give us a wave. Dildo, give us a wave.
Yeah. Anyway, there's the early streams where we. By the way, I highly recommend to go back to watch the one that you had Premier League Graham Potter is the new Chelsea manager Q&A stream. This is one of the most hilarious streams I've ever watched. Like, guys, please go back and I need to watch that.
That bad? I might give it a watch after this one. Right. Cool.
It was first. It was declared, but then he was a declared versus La La Land.
Hey, you get my name right because you watched it, and now my points are right. So at least you can come here and say my name right. Because you laughed at me in that stream, I remember. And now who's laughing, huh?
No, I didn't laugh about your takes. I was laughing when you went on Dildo because he interrupted you without even saying stuff. He just did noise. Remember that? When he interrupted you with noise like
he was so happy. He was so happy about what happened. That's why he kept doing noises. And now you hear what he's saying. Those never put it.
By the way, anyway, everybody was part in the beginning, even declared. It's not like he wanted him not succeed. The problem was everybody wanted him succeed. We just upset the way Tuchel left. That's it. There was nothing to it. The reason why those rubber people like Dildo, they're the ones that actually had that narrative back then. Tuchel out, Tuchel Liban. You see what I'm saying? So the contrast on those kind of fans is going to be more than the regular fans. Look, do you think
I was practical football?
Yeah, that's like, look, it's very like, it's a tactical thing. We wanted something better. This is how sometimes world works. You by pushing the change, it not necessarily mean it's going to be good change. You see what I'm saying?
Lewis, can you put Big Ron's comment up, please?
There's literally.
Being devil's advocate, a lot of the time people conflate his opinion for the sake of putting the other side across, gets lost and misconstrued. So you're saying that
some people, that's literally what I do, and some people lack intelligence.
Look,
to understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, Big Ron, Big Ron, wonderful saying. You know what other word for that kind of say is hooker. Because you don't have your own point, you're just there just to say opposite of what actual narrative is.
Well, that's not what I said earlier. I gave my point to the
Hold on, Duruscop. I said that a bit earlier to you, yeah? You're just disagreeing with people. No, and now you give us advocate.
He is
declared.
I said it earlier.
It's the man
you said no.
It's the man without the backbone.
Hold on,
man doesn't have his own opinion.
Are you playing devil's advocate on that answer as well?
Declared. Are you gonna lie? And did I not give you my standpoint? Did I not tell you my standpoint?
This is
I did agree, but I just say you're just disagreeing with people.
Fans anymore.
Declared.
There's no backbone in young fans anymore.
Declared. Yes or no?
They just wants to be argumentative.
No, when I asked you were just disagreeing with people. You didn't say you played devil's advocate. Oh yeah,
no,
sure, we can hear you. Right? I can't hear you anymore.
Look, I want to finish.
I said you lied first, and then
what people don't understand why it's. I want to finish my point of why Potter needs to be done right now. And it's no more like month later or anything, or relegation. Look, when you go into the relegation conversation, it's already late. It's already late. You're going to have somebody at this moment to come and change mentality of the players immediately. Are you 100% sure that they can find that kind of manager? Because let's go backwards. Tuchel fired on the spot. They made the quick decision of hiring manager without proper research on him. I don't care what you think, but I don't think is actually what it is. I don't think they thought about Potter for a long time. I think it was a rush decision. Otherwise, why did they hire him so fast right after Tuchel? I don't think it's. And if people saying it wasn't, tell me where the other managers they looked for. You wouldn't find.
Alex, why can't Potter change their mentality?
Why Potter can't change the mentality?
Yeah.
Because look,
he's the manager. He has to set a standard, and right now he hasn't done that.
Of course
They
he is.
haven't programmed him yet. He's just a robot. They haven't programmed him yet for that.
He's walked in, declared.
You
he's
let
walked in, and
people talk one at a time and slowly. Let's do this. I'm not gonna call you bad names. Let's make it.
Call me what you want, man.
like
Okay. But
okay, bitch.
Really, listen. My problem is this is with Bowley as well. Bowley, Akbali, whoever you want to fucking call them, and even down to the Potter. They have not set a standard in this club. When Tuchel walked in, he set a bar. I'm here to win trophies. I'm here to win games, and that's what I expect
You
of myself.
actually proven my point.
No, I'm not
set a standard.
This
is the lowest standard I've seen.
No, listen, Habibi, listen. And at the end of the day, Potter's walked in. He's acting like we're in fucking Ballybunion in Ireland or some shit, and that there's no standards or nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
and
I disagree.
Hold up, man. Let me finish.
Yo, Poco, your microphone. Look, I wanna please. I wanna finish the point. What I think that needs to be happening now. I want to finish the point I want to say now. Look, the reason why it's dangerous, it's not only one thing that's too close to the relegation zone. The problem is, if we do not fix this problem now, that could be determined for the next manager. Detrimented for the next manager. This specific situation can't be put on the next.
I think detrimental is what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant with good Wi-Fi. But you stay.
Check the chat. You've got an admirer, my friend. Got an admirer.
Yeah, who's the dude?
I don't know.
You talking
to Fata, bro, you got an admirer, my friend.
No, I'm taking, man.
Go into the chat. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
No, I'm taking. I'm taking.
Hey, that's not what you told.
Who are you taking?
That's
by
not
two
what you
hands?
told myself before.
Look, I want to finish my point, please. Seriously, football, concentrate. Look, I want that thing to be finished now for that specific reason. Those players that actually have a high values that we played, the mentality is one of the biggest thing on the professional stages. And if you kill those young players like Diaz, not Diaz, Enzo, you can kill that mentality in the young age. He's still 21 years old. People don't get that. He's younger than Mount. You can see what the wrong manager can do to player. Literally, what Chelsea did to player. 4 years. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Mount. Now with roasting Blunt Mount. The managers can determine the young player's career. All of a sudden, in the last 2 games, do you think that those quality signings, did they perform how they started? Do you see the head goes down?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna see exactly, if you're gonna see those kind of things keep happening, do you 100% sure that even if we fix that thing or even reach that point that we are safe at the end of the season for the summer, that guy is gonna change? They change. We can be changed because couple of winnings and we're done. We Chelsea, everybody parted in. You see what I'm saying? Players are different. Players are different. You can't just go one now. Basically, do you think players understand what happened to Aubameyang?
Nope.
No. Do you think like a players like make sense like how we can play with Mount on the left? You don't think players see that and say like how he can? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody actually think of what players think. Players play with Mount on the wing.
Alex, can I ask you a question as well? Like, how do you even conduct a training session with 33 first-team players like we have now? Like, out of that 33 players, that at least 10 will be the one that unhappy ones, but another 20 will be the one that they believe they should start every game.
Here's how you do it.
Split the 10 and 20, yeah?
No. Your name is Alex Dick?
Hey. You watched the video, yeah?
Hey.
You watched that video, yeah?
Yeah. You still declared and you interrupted me. By the way, Fatur, here's the thing. The players that requested to leave the team, the club, those that need to be the first ones that not on the starting line. Like who? Like your mama? You don't know which players requested to leave? Then you go into the second one. The players do not.
Doku, your mic.
The players did not do not request to sign contract extension. Done. Don't play in starting 11. You don't want to sign extension contract on a bench. Then you go by performances, and it's it.
Fatih, just before you go, President Jafar says, "What happens to Kiwi mentality coach?" He has only just been here a week or two. To be fair, he's got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Umar says, "Told you, we're gonna get that whooping. We'll continue this until Kante is fully back. I expect Spurs to flog us, and I'll be back here again. Tuchel deserves an apology and to get his job back." That's a lot of pressure to put on Kante when he immediately returns, because there's a lot of work to be done with that midfield to keep it ticking. But yeah, fair enough. Like, we're in the trenches. It's only going to get worse from here. And yeah, I would like to say that the board would suck in their pride and admit that they've made a mistake, but they're not. They're going to keep.
I actually think the best thing, you know, like Mount is one of us. What's that thing they did, the Chelsea? The banner. Yeah. The best thing that Chelsea would do, the banner, and I actually will challenge any fan, the fans that goes to the games. If I would do it, if I was in England, I swear I would have done it. I will make a poster, and I will make sure that they see me on a camera. You know what that poster will say?
What?
Todd Bowley. No. You see, this is why you're declared.
So, hey, Sam Reddick, man. What are you talking about?
Alex,
are you talking non-stop?
I wanna say on a poster, Todd Bowley. It's okay to say you're wrong. It's okay to admit your mistakes. It's it.
Yeah,
he will understand.
That, but yeah.
He will understand.
I get that, but like the banners that get brought out, they have to be done with the consent of the club. That's the thing. So,
but you're not going to make it in. Yeah, you think this is something illegal about the banner or the poster? Look,
no, they come in and they put it in like with the permission of the club, in it.
But if I bring my own banner, put in the back.
Lewis, you can bring a poster, Lewis.
Posters. Yeah, if everyone brought posters, like their own individual ones. That could work.
Bring your poster and say, you know what? It's okay to admit your mistakes.
You're not making it in, mate.
I'll tell you. This is what's going to happen. Yeah, Lewis going to bring up a poster of Christensen in his hand. Like, bring back Christensen though. That's what's going to happen though.
You waited 5 minutes to say that.
I admit that's funny though.
Add something.
Like, it's, you know what? This is why you're giving Potter a long run, because if you want a long-term philosophy, like 33 players, like that's not gonna be easy, is it? Like,
look, remember the free Reds poster.
Even the coaches quickly break down.
Remember the free Reds poster. How big was that? How big was that poster?
That was just someone's bed sheets.
Yes, but the poster was made, and it was bigger impact than what's his name? Than the Mason Mount.
One person to bring it then, and they will get caught on cameras. One person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I challenge one of the homegrown fans. Please, for the love of God, start bringing those kind of messages. I don't need Potter out. I don't need nothing that. If you do, I'm okay with it. I'm just saying it's Todd Bowley, because it's him that it's the ego. He has to admit it that he was wrong for Potter to get sacked. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I don't even think he thinks he's wrong right now. That's the thing.
Do you think it's that, or you think it's ego?
Lewis, there's an article, yeah?
A little bit of both.
Marlo said, in one of the posts saying, Todd Bowley and Iqbali were very impressed with the training and intensity in training. When they were very impressed. So to me, that's it. That means maybe when they turn up to training, the players actually try hard.
Oh my God!
They should have me at training. I'm going to hit that crossbar. They're going to get impressed.
You're mad. But what was it? I feel like that was only just said because they saw that fucking Eunice video where they said they do fuck all in training. It's like, no, we're actually very impressed.
Yeah.
With the
He get and also the other one. Oh no,
training
he actually get angry behind closed door. It's very intense here. It's not.
Trust us, guys. Trust us.
Oh my lord, he need to go, man. He has to go. What Alex said is so key, man, because this mentality can fester in, and the players suddenly they forget to be winners. Because when they came off the boat, but off the plane, you can see they were playing with muscle memory from their previous club. Once this guy instill in them the tactics and stuff, look how bad they look.
Hey, I actually think he wants to get the sack. I think he's ready to walk away and get the payout.
Where is that? What's the name? Where is all that like?
So if you say that, Declared, it's fine. But if I say I'm wrong. Okay, Declared.
Second day off.
Maybe I should do devil's advocate with you.
Where's the second day off for Chelsea's team players, man? Why they have it off today?
They gave it everything, Alex. They gave it all.
Oh, they gave it all.
They gave it all at that game. Yeah, the boys gave everything. Of course they're going to get a day off.
2 days off.
It's not day off. It's a 2 day off. We're off.
You know what the maddest thing is? I
thought it was going to get sacked. That's what I thought.
Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. This is just a complete drop off from what we have.
Hey, no matter how
this was after the 2-2 draw. No, this wasn't after the 2-2. This was after the.
We lost to Southampton.
Southampton.
No, Southampton.
No, because Tuchel was sacked the day after.
This is Southampton.
There's no days off. There can't be a day off at the moment.
Yeah,
we lose
1-1. 2-1 to Southampton.
Because after the last Southampton loss as well.
Yeah.
No days off. With us, have 2 days off, guys. Have 2 days off. Don't worry. Just do your thing. Do your thing. So we got Tottenham this weekend. I'm going to lose that one as well. Favorite hunting ground ever. We're going to bottle that shit up. That's embarrassing. That is fucking embarrassing. Hey, is what it is. Is what it is.
And from now on, I think I'm going to stop blaming players now. I'm literally
No. I'm holding the players culpable.
By the way,
that
if anybody,
Southampton, that team had enough chances to beat Dortmund. They had enough chances.
I don't
to beat
care.
Fulham.
No more
Anything
players.
in those two games?
No.
Anything in those 2 games, we would have won, and it would have been.
I'm not blaming.
No.
I think.
By the way, I'm still stand by it. I still stand by it. Whoever homegrown fan will bring a poster into the Stamford Bridge, I will back you anything. I will promote you the way I can on the streams everywhere I go.
All right, I'm doing it. He's gonna back Ziyech now. Okay, I'm doing it. Lewis, I'm coming next time.
I'm stuffed up, Alex.
No, I'm saying about the Bowley. I'm not saying about the Ziyech. Why would I promote?
No, if I do it,
no, that's what he's going to be asking for.
I'm gonna bring it, and then you're gonna have to back Ziyech with me. You're gonna have to change your name to Redneck Ziyech.
I will change my name to Redneck Ziyech if your poster will be on the channel, or like some TV will actually make it.
Yeah, I think if you make a poster, I think the TV will catch it. It should do.
It should. I will do it.
Yeah, Habibi, find someone.
Redneck
Hey, bring your dad or something so he'll be on his shoulder.
Oh, go on, Lewis.
No. Ziyad, I'll carry you to my shoulder. I'll carry you. Ziyad.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll run on the pitch, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, hey, Ziyad, I'm 5'11", man. I'll carry you. I'll carry you, Ziyad. I'm 5'11".
Seriously, why? Like, Lewis, why you cannot make a poster? Are you too big for it? No. Steve, why you cannot make a poster?
What post you on about, mate?
I want a Chelsea fan.
No, listen. I tell you why I've gone quiet, guys. I've got to get this out because I'm really fucking pissed off here. Let me get this out. Listen, no, seriously, this is completely different. You fucking dick, Stratter's fucking red end. I just saw what you put up here. Let me just fucking hear this out. No, sorry, an insult was put out here for me. Let me land it across everybody who sees this today. And this is for you, fucking Johnny Minerals. If you want to come down fucking Stamford Bridge any fucking day and meet me outside the fucking Thai restaurant, Don't fucking give it the big un with your mate Stretters about me and fucking Tony. You can find me any fucking time outside Stamford Bridges. You fucking know. So if you fucking want to fucking have it, don't fucking gob it off, cunt. Because I'm fucking up for it.
I'll give it you.
I fucking heard the messages. All right, you fucking insulting people. Come down and I'm fucking up for it. Bring who you
Big
fucking
up, Steve.
want,
Big
cunt.
up, Steve.
All right?
Where'd you stand up?
I saw you, Strays. I saw your fucking messages about Tony. So did you listen to me, Johnny? I'm fucking up for you. I'm up for it, mate. So you either ring me, because I saw what you did, cancelled me out, bragged it up on fucking line. For what? For what I didn't do fuck all wrong. So why don't you do two things? Shut the fuck up, or meet me down Stamford Bridge face to face, all right? Now, I've said it. I'm there. I'm at Spurs. I'm at Dortmund any fucking time. Or you have my phone number. Tony told you to call me, all right? So you tell me, and I'm there, boy. Son, all right? Sorry.
Big up, Steve. Big up,
No
Steve.
worries. No worries. No worries, man.
That's fucking large. Fucking,
that's all we'll make sure the message is sent.
Yeah,
You want show? I'll give it you.
Lewis. Fuck you, Lewis, man.
You know what do you mean, Bob? Like you weren't disappearing to messaging already.
Allow it, fam.
Hey, it's the only fight that's going to be at the game anyway, so.
Declare your banter is dead. Your banter is dry.
You're all invited. I'm inviting you all.
I'm even there, bro. I'm there. I'm there.
I'll be there, man. 63.
Me, Fatty and Lewis got you, bro.
Anyway, listen. Sorry, I calmed down now, but listen. I've got it here in black and white. I know what the guy called me. You know where to find me. All right.
What did he call you?
It said here. This is the first time I've seen Steve on here not drunk. Wasteman.
Cool.
Listen.
Wow, this is serious, lad.
Johnny's alienating everybody.
And you know what I've seen? He's been calling Tony, because we don't mean Tony are tight.
Yeah.
Johnny's been trying to get Tony on his channel. And obviously, you know, he doesn't want me on because I said that Mitchy boy was sucking his cock. Which he sucks his fucking cock. Right? It's fucking true. Hey, Mickey boy, I've got it all on here. Johnny said to me, can't have you on my channel. You're a top geezer. I like you. I see the games. Fuck you. Fucking call me up. You got the fucking minerals. Well, I fucking
You got no minerals.
Fucking game. You fucking.
Yes, Steve. Yes, Steve.
I gotta go, but anybody, please, any homegrown fans, please have a poster with that bowler's name on it.
Listen, Lewis, sorry, I've got to go. I've got to make some phone calls.
Same thing.
Tony, you do your thing.
I apologise to everybody, but you know what? When I read that, it was over the top. And you know what? I'm sure we'll sort it out. Everybody knows it's clear. They know where I am. I'll be there, right? You guys can be there. Not a problem. We see what happens, all right?
You at Tottenham, bro?
I'm going to Tottenham. I'm going there. I'm going with Alex. Alex will tell you I'm going with Alex. And Lewis, we're going to Leicester. You're welcome in my car again, son. All right?
Let's go. And, I'll be there. I'll be there,
you know,
bro.
Like that fucking drive we had. Well, we're all together. Listen, I've got nothing against John, but don't start being the fucking guy going, I don't want to put up with all this shit. Oh, really? Well, fucking live it then, man. Don't fucking say things behind people's back. Anyway, listen, I'm happy to meet. You know where I'll be. I'm signing out. Love you all. See you soon.
Take care, bro.
Big up,
Take care, Alex. Take care.
Big up, Steve. Big up, man.
So,
yeah, that was serious, man. That was serious.
Wait, never a boring stream here, people. This is why you subscribe. It is.
It's a
like button.
I thought he was gonna attack someone on the panel. I thought.
Fucking hell, I didn't think we'd have Johnny getting called out and a Klasref return in the same stream. Oh my god.
Yeah, Johnny, so man, mad. He's alienating everyone that supported him from the beginning. That's
the troublemaker, man.
What it is.
It is. Yeah.
I ain't got any bad blood towards Johnny, but when Mason Mount gets sold, I will be there for Minerals FC for the next stream, no matter what. And I know it'll be glorious. Or he'll resign, and I'll still be there for the stream because it'll still be fucking hilarious. But yeah, chat can even agree Potter sucks and needs to go. We're all in agreement on it. Snake Eyes says, Lewis, arrange the fight and stream it, please. Hey, I will be there no matter what, brother. At least
man. Me, Lewis, Lewis and Fata got Steve's back, bro. Let's have it, mate.
I'll be selling tickets, man. Allow it. I'll be selling tickets. Don't worry.
Selling tickets. You'll be on the other side. He'll be on the other side. Man didn't even say nothing. Man said charge £20 for you, bro.
No.
Andrew's in here as well. Fucking love Steve. Big up yourself, Andrew. Big up. I've completely forgot about the Potter discussion because that just completely out of left field.
So you're completely.
It's hard to follow that.
I need to see a lot from Potter for me to back that shit again.
Yeah. Like a miracle.
A massive run of wins. I need to see a philosophy. I need to see good in-game management.
Exactly.
I believe Potter can.
Joe, I would time you up for that.
I don't think so.
Hell, calm down yourself.
I think most of us wonder. We all want to be wrong.
Because none of us hate him. We just don't think he's capable.
Yeah.
And I was, me, I was fully on the Potter train, but the last few games, I was seeing mistakes, and then I was seeing more mistakes, and I said, cool. Bottom of the table, Southampton has to be 3 points. And what did we get?
You can't even blame people turning Potter out at this point. Easy, like.
My mate turning Potter out, to be fair.
Fuck it, Andrew.
What about you, Fat? What about you? What about you? Are you Potter out? Or what's your stance on this manager?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't have any stance on this manager. I support the club, man. Club comes first. 100%.
Yeah, but obviously there is a what's your opinion? What do you think?
If I'd be honest with you, I think it's best for him to walk away. I think it's gonna get toxic.
Do you think
later?
Yeah. I think he's not gonna. I think he wants to get fired.
I think he'll wait for the P45.
Yeah, because I think he's gonna. Yeah, he wants to get fired. I think because he will get a good severance payment.
It's just gonna delay the inevitable anyway.
That's why he hasn't connected with the Chelsea fans. I don't know if anyone mentioned
it's been disconnect with Chelsea fans since he ever.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I think he gave up maybe a while ago because that's how bad it is.
He always talks in the third person. Always talks in the third person. He never say like my club, our fans, things like that. He always say, they did this, or that. So he's distancing himself. He doesn't. That's what I'm thinking. He's probably mentally checked out. He just want the honest to make that decision. But obviously, he's not gonna resign. He has to do a lot to win over the fans, and basically to win.
Scott, you've missed a lot, brother.
Oh yeah,
you missed it, Scott.
You missed the class reference. You missed Steve just call out Johnny for a good 6 minutes.
What's old dude?
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Fucking mad, bro.
Wait, I missed Klasrev return. What's he saying?
Return, bro.
He's a Potter fan.
He's put it in. That's what he came back
fan. You won't believe it.
Okay.
No, he was just talking about older men and how experienced they were, and that's kind of where he went down.
Yeah,
big up finishing saying Steve will do a better job than Potter as manager. Probably, bro. I don't know who would do worse at this point. Maybe me. Nah, probably not. Scott, did you see the Matt Law article, bro? If you did, what was your thoughts on it?
As in like the 5-point one. I haven't read it. I saw him tweet about it. I haven't actually read it. I haven't seen what the points are.
Long story short, they're all backing him. They're saying he has good training sessions and shows a lot of intensity behind the scenes.
Based on the data analyst stuff.
Havertz wasn't dropped. He was rested. Silva was rested. James was rested.
I saw that.
Yeah, and they're backing Potter, basically.
That's fair. Like, I'm not surprised. I said this on the casual stream I was on last night. Like, people need to understand, regardless of however you or I or anyone else feels about him, he's not leaving before the end of the season. Like, at the earliest. He's not leaving before the end of the season. Regardless of the results, regardless of anything else. Like, unless we are genuinely in the relegation zone and there is a genuine chance of us getting relegated, there is no chance he goes. We just lost to the worst team in the league. There's literally no one else that we can lose to that it's worse than what we just lost to. There's no one. People can say Dortmund, like, even if we lose to Dortmund, what changes? Like, say, even if we beat Dortmund, what changes? We just lose to the next team we face.
There's no target.
Scott, what about like a really bad result? Would that be worse?
No.
Like, say a Tottenham 3-0 loss.
We just lost to the worst team in the league. Has anyone, by the way,
that's what I'm trying to weigh out. A 3-0 loss to Tottenham or the Southampton loss?
It's not worse, bro. It's not worse. Has anyone seen the quotes from the Southampton interim manager about the game?
Yeah, he didn't have any tactics.
That's his first
No,
win.
he literally used the same tactics as Nathan Jones, my guys. The same tactics as the guy who they just sacked because he didn't have time. And this is the same person or the same team that Potter said was well drilled.
Well,
like there is nothing worse. There is nothing worse this season. Unless we lose 10-0 to a team, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. We've lost
Scott,
to the worst team in the league.
I believe he wants to leave, so he might not make it because he wants to leave.
I
believe that he wants to leave.
If he wants to leave, that's a different story. I'm talking from their point of view. They will not sack him.
No, but he doesn't want to leave. They were waiting to get the sack. So that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, like he's not getting sacked. Like he's not getting sacked. Like we just lost to a team or a team kept a clean sheet against us that hasn't kept a clean sheet in like 20 games or something.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Like again, this is nothing about like how I feel about him. This is the reality of the situation we're in. He's not getting sacked before the end of the season. Realistically speaking, I've said this before. Realistically speaking, the earliest I see him get sacked is Christmas, around Christmas, before the next January.
Exactly what I said.
Next season.
Exactly what I said.
Yes. Yeah, like that's people can again. People might be annoyed. But that's the reality. That's the reality of the situation we're in with this ownership group and with this board.
No one can say it's wrong, Scott. I just can see it get real ugly, and it's going to be a big test. Yeah, it's going to be a big test on how they respond.
I said before, it's going to probably get more toxic than it did under Sarri, and that's saying something. But again, we're in a different era under a different regime, and they like the things they are looking for. By the sounds of it, are different than what some of us are looking for in terms of with the manager. Like they're not just looking for someone who's going to get results; they're looking for someone who's also going to be personable, who's going to be easy to work with, isn't going to be a pain in the arse. Graham Potter ticks all of them. Like regardless of how we feel about him, he ticks all the boxes for them.
Yeah, and one thing that I don't get
except winning
the process and how they've gone about doing this process. I would have listen. If obviously we're all excited, they brought us some of the best players in the world. Fair enough, but if they wanted to take this process right, if they wanted to take this process slowly, and so for example they didn't spend over £300 million in this January, maybe the fans' expectation would have been so high. It would be like, all right, we understand it is a process. It will take 2 to 3 years, but no, they went in. So they're sending two mixed messages. They went in hard in the transfer window, tried to get the best players in, and then at the same time, they're expecting fans to think, right, we need
Rodrigo.
to be patient.
Rodrigo, why do you think they went in the transfer window like that?
This January transfer window.
Yeah, what I'm asking you.
All right, I think they went in. This is just my opinion, right? I think they went in thinking they can still save this season. They can still maybe win a Champions League even. Because I heard somewhere, I don't know if this is true. An article say they believe that the talent is there in the squad now, with after the window to win the Champions League, or to even qualify for the Champions League next season. Okay, but at the same time, the manager, I don't think with Graham Potter, if you want to do a proper process, you need to give him time, and you don't have to spend so much money on that. You need to maybe do three transfer windows slowly, doing a slow process with him.
It might have been a hope to ascend up the table, but I think the reason why they went in the transfer window the way they did was because of the they wanted to initiate the rebuild as quick as possible. They wanted to acknowledge the failures that they made in the summer transfer window.
Yeah,
they also they wanted to they figured they could use the amortization loophole to spread the cost and get the rebuild underway a lot quicker. So I think as much as they could hope that we could build up the table, I don't think they reasonably expected us to they said, okay, cool, 600 million's been spent, we're going Potter, we've hired you, go and just win every single game from now to the end of the season. I don't think that's what they thought.
They put unnecessary pressure on him then. They haven't put any pressure on him because we don't know what they expect. The only thing we've been told about this project is it's similar to what I spoke about, I think, on the last stream it was on in terms of like a macro scale. It's like the only thing we know about this project, the only thing I know about this project, is they want to get the average age of the team down, which they have done. And it's the global presence, like doing similar to what Red Bull have done or the City Football Group have done. That's the only thing I know about this process. That's the only thing that I know in terms of targets, in terms of their aims, their goals, everything like that. And it's like, I can still get on board with the other stuff because, as I mentioned on the stream I was on last night, I like the way that City Football Group do things in terms of not the illegal stuff, obviously, but in terms of, and like what Red Bull do, where you have that like brand across a bunch of countries and you have kind of that network across a bunch of countries. So I can get behind that. But from a smaller scale, in terms of on the pitch and in the next year or two, we as a fan base have no idea what their targets are. No idea what their goals, aims, achievements, like any of that are.
That stream was casually FC. Was
I can't lie.
I did mention that earlier, Andrew, just before you came on. I mentioned that was on the stream on casually.
Oh, good.
But it was just, yeah.
Casually every time.
The more you're looking at it as well, like it kind of looked bleak though, in my opinion. Like what
happened to your sources, Fato?
10 a.m.
That was can't lie. I got it right with Enzo, but fuck me.
You got to drop that source, bro. That source is no
good.
But
I think I have the same source as Lewis does. But yeah.
What do you mean? I just said he weren't getting sacked tomorrow because I thought it was just common sense.
No, but the difference is here. It's like the guy. My source is one of the guys that.
Hey, let me just point out, Jonathan. Jonathan Lima, you can say that, but you're still here watching. So what's that say?
I was saying, don't watch, fam.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Jonathan, bro. If you don't like what we're saying, there's an X button on the top right screen.
Yeah, fuck you, Jonathan Lima.
Fair. Also, Super Tommy Tuchel, to answer your question, I'm not like winning might be their target. My point is that we don't know what their targets are. Like, for example, for all we know, their target is they want to win everything within a year. We just don't know that. None of us know that.
Yeah, but Scott,
the only thing I know they want to do is to make us.
Hey, maybe there isn't, Scott. Maybe the global thing's the most important thing.
No, it's not even that. Like they did say it's going to take 3 transfer window at least for rebuild.
And
they just did it in one.
I'm already 2 down.
There are different levels of rebuilds. Are you talking rebuild to the point where we are, a global powerhouse, or are you talking rebuild to the point where, like? Or are you talking rebuild to the point where like you are consistently in the top 4, for example? Like there are different levels of rebuild, and again, this comes back to like me and Andrew discussed it on the casually thing yesterday, where it's like we just kind of want to know what the targets are, not even necessarily like a full breakdown. It's more of just like what's your overall goal in terms of on the pitch stuff. Like, is it, winning the Champions League within 3 years, say, for example, win the league within 3 years? Because I can then judge how we're doing based on that. I'm not expecting you to tell me, on the first year, we're expected to finish this, second year, this, and it's like, no, I just want to know an overall goal.
Yeah,
like,
and you remember when during
so I know how to judge this thing, because all we know is from that article that I think it was Declared brought up, or Rodrigo brought up, was like, reportedly, they see the squad in a place now where they can win the Champions League. That's the only thing we know. That's the only thing we know about their goals.
Do you remember in the bidding process, there was a lot of noise of giving fans a voice and having a fan representative on the board or something. What happened to that idea?
We need that AGM. I can't lie.
Wasn't that the Ricketts that was there?
No. Even there, even Bali as well. Because Roman wanted to Roman brought the idea up after the Super League to appease the fan. And then I think Boli was also talking about the Boli and consortium. They were talking about having a fan, someone on the board. Yeah. I think that idea is just. I think this
what was the one that was John Terry was with? Was that Sir Madam Broyden one?
That was yeah, I think it was the Madam Broyden.
Yeah, it was that.
What about this? Yeah, what about this? What about this? Yeah, look at the. Oh,
what happened?
Just from Pies. Just pulling this up now.
Right.
Sections of the Chelsea dressing room are disinterested with life under Graham Potter so far, especially during the team meetings being held.
And so it begins.
Let's have a day off happen.
His players are about to happen again.
And so it begins.
Right, the article says multiple reliable, well-connected sources have told Chelsea FC 365 that sections of Chelsea's dressing room are disinterested with life under Potter. Sources revealed that some players are particularly disinterested in team meetings held by Potter. It's felt that by the players that there's not much togetherness within the team. There's a feeling amongst some that the team's now a bunch of individuals rather than united collective. They did look like that against Saints, to be fair. The term individuals, not a team, came up from one source. When asked about players appearing to be constantly smiling in training pics, sources hinted the players are enjoying playing in certain groups and mini games. So when it comes to behind-the-scenes work, some are taking in information with one ear and letting it go out the other. But then
I wonder who that is.
Okay,
I wonder who that is.
Let's bookmark this.
Wait, it's not. Well, source revealed there's a handful of players who generally still miss Tuchel, whilst others have questioned to others privately why a proven world-class manager did not arrive following his departure. That's a mad statement. Disconnect within the team is evident as some players are also known to be fans of Potter and optimistic for what the future can hold. Okay, so it's just a really divided dressing room. Sources said that the difference of opinion in the camp, alongside the many new signings, are contributing to the factor of the feeling individuals, not a team. Many players want to leave in the summer, and it's thought that Todd Bowley and co will not hold back with players who express a desire to move on. One positive, love that. On Aubameyang, we understand that at least one player who's friends with Pierre is baffled that he was excluded from the UCL squad. Pierre himself was understood to be confused. It's thought, despite the media briefings that give the impression that Potter is going nowhere no matter what, the hierarchy and owners continue to monitor and discuss process as well as fan reaction. And there's a fondness towards two coaches in Portugal, one likely to be an interim contender should the position of Potter truly become untenable.
20th of February, 5:40 p.m. it starts.
5:41, Andrew. 5:41.
But this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying about like the difficulties of Potter's job. Like he has to contend with an unhappy dressing room due to the amount of players that are in there. Like these things are going to show on the pitch, and you know what I mean.
Team players as well.
Also, I can't lie. Like most of that, I understand. Apart from like the things about Tuchel, it's like get over it. This shit happens. Like, and that's where that's where the stuff like. The stuff with like Kovacic, how he's been playing, that makes complete sense now. Like you can tell he's one of those players. I'm like this might be.
By the way, his twins. I'm looking at them too.
Like those two, Havertz definitely. Kovacic is in that as well. Like, and the thing is with these guys, and this is the thing I will say. Like I echo what you said, Lewis. Like, go then. Like,
if you don't want to,
I am glad about with this board. Like,
it's not hard to find an exit door.
I was gonna say because it's like I can guarantee where you go next, bro. Like what happens when, say, for example, Kovacic, what happens, say you go back to Italy and you're playing for someone, I don't know, you're going and playing in like for Milan or something, or you're playing for like, I don't know, Atalanta, and it's not quite so rosy. Or say, for example, with like Havertz or Mount, Havertz goes back to Germany and starts to play, say he goes back to Leverkusen and he's playing under a guy that's has got less experience than Potter in terms of managing. Like, these guys can fuck off. Or like the ones that
has a disgraceful mentality.
The one where
any of these who want to leave go.
The one where it's like information is going through one ear and coming out the other. I mean, you couldn't have fooled me. Like I couldn't have seen that. You know, you can probably tell.
You saw in the tunnel. You saw that video in the tunnel when Aspie tried to rile them up, and then he just looked like no one cared.
This is what I will say as well, just on a side note, this is where, and I know people have talked about it and I know he has left, but decisions like the one I'm about to mention, these get highlighted when things don't go right. This is where selling someone like Jorginho was a bad thing, because say what you want about him as a player, from a mentality standpoint, one of the best mentalities in the club, and has been confirmed, by the way, by multiple people, by multiple managers, by multiple players. Like, this is where selling someone like that, I get why you sold him, and yes, the money's nice, but now you're seeing
that's the problem. So you didn't replace him. That was the thing. You didn't replace him.
No, the thing is, Andrew, though,
we weren't going to sign him, yeah.
it's not about the replacement in terms of like player. It's the mentality of what he's going to like, because he is going to be someone that is able to connect people. That's the thing, and it's not about.
He's the best, one of the best people, if not the best, to actually partner Enzo.
Yep.
It says that some players are a fan of Potter, some players don't rate him. So it's clear that some of them, they just don't want to be here. That's the case. Leave.
Adapt or just leave the club.
That's the thing. Yeah.
This is what I mean when I say it's not, guys. This is what I mean when I say it's not just Potter and the squad is culpable too. The squad is as big of an issue as the players, and I can't wait until we rebuild.
I disagree, Lewis. I don't buy this. I disagree.
I don't buy this anymore.
No, so
we
just give him a whole new team.
And fair enough, I can see the issues with Potter.
12 players in,
taking all the blame away from this squad.
So you telling me
games that they should have won? There's been performances that they should have been a lot better at, and they have let the team down as much.
He's the leader. He's the leader of that dressing room. He's meant to be one. We brought in.
No one's taking the blame from Potter though.
Yeah, if the players are not motivated, or if we've literally brought in new players.
It's saying some of these players are taking in information in one ear and leaving it out the other. They're not listening.
Yeah, it's on.
So why don't they respect him though?
They don't respect him fucking much. They're not good enough.
I mean, think
Lewis,
about it.
You get a brand new team, and the same thing can happen.
I'm trying to run my agendas and all this box. No, this team isn't fucking good enough.
Lewis, it's a brand new team.
I've been saying all season, whatever manager you put in charge, we're not making top 4. So why are you backing these lot?
Why are we not making top 4, Lewis? Why would we make top 4? Who's not good enough?
Because the squad is that bad.
Well, your boy for one. Your boy.
Hold on. When we get a whole new team, right, which we're halfway there, you're telling me they're not going to question Potter as well?
We've got like 7 new starters every week.
No, do you know what's mad though? Is, do you know who I guarantee is in the camp of like of being on board with Potter? I can guarantee you Felix is in there, because look at the way that he's being used. He's being used in the exact way he wants to be used. He's being used in the exact way he wants to be used, in the exact way that gets the best out of him. Yeah, in a bad game last game. Like, I can guarantee as well the players that we brought in, the likes of Mudryk, the likes of Madueke, because from everything we heard, the talks with Potter from the signings were very positive. I can guarantee you that most of the people that aren't happy or are with on the side of like not listening to Potter, most of them are the old players who were here when like who preferred like.
They're the ones
Yes, he is in there.
Mount and Havertz is in there.
It's the players that don't. It's the players that don't fit the system, Scott. It's the players that don't.
It's not just that. It's the thing is Lewis is right. Like there is everyone is culpable of where we are right now. Like the manager is massively culpable because at the end of the day, some of the decisions he makes are just plain stupid. They are. You can't defend them. They're indefensible. But at the same time, some of these players need to step up and grow a set. Because, like I said, what are you going to do when you go to a new team and you play under a manager that has just about as much experience as Potter does, or you play for a worse team? What are you going to do then? What are you going to complain about then?
Like, but you know what I don't get?
As well, the owners are culpable because why are you giving a guy that needs a decent amount of time to implement his system a squad of 33 players to try and implement that? That is too big a squad to try and implement that, especially when a large portion of the squad are not necessarily old, but experienced players who are less easy to mold and to do things with.
Exactly my point.
Everyone has fault in this. Everyone.
If this is familiar to Potter, right? Why isn't this starting lineup with people that are on his side? Like, if people don't want to be here or don't want to listen to him, he has a big enough squad. See you later.
Because we don't have equal representation on all positions. Some of these players have. So
do you think more are Potter out than in? Like I can't. That's. Do you know what I'm saying? In the squad, like play the young kid, play Lewis Hall. Like even an academy kid will be part of you.
Listen, of course the dressing room is going to be all gloomy because we're not performing well, and that's fine. And the owners have acknowledged that and said, okay, cool, that this is the situation that we're in. It's fine. This was a foreseeable reality. So now that it's here, they're not
shocked. I was saying, if it's that clear.
Let me finish.
There's something else from Matt Law, by the way. Potter is understood to have received messages of support from the board, and his senior source told Telegraph Sport the message to Graham has been to put on his tin hat and fight through it.
Exactly. That's what I
just
said.
He shouldn't have to be told that.
He's given
which tin hat?
Told that.
The conspiracy theory hat?
It's weird, isn't it? That's come out. That's come out after this has come out. It's like 2 or 3. There's no middle ground. It's like you shouldn't have to. If that is true, you shouldn't have to tell him that. Or if it is true that he told him that, I'm worried, man.
Wait, what shouldn't he have to be told?
That you need to, put your tinfoil out and stuff like that. He should know this already. You know what I mean? I'm sick. It's like we are. It's like you're taking your kid to a school or something for the first time.
Yeah.
And leaving them there. It'll be all right. Don't worry. Daddy will pick you up later. It's all good. Holding his hand and everything like that. If you have the brass balls to leave Brighton to take this job, then you should have the brass balls to lay your marker down and not worry what anyone else thinks. Stuff like that. Andrew, he gives out such a camp counselor vibe, best friend vibe. Be ruthless, man. We didn't. Hang on. How can you be ruthless with Aubameyang, dropping him from the Champions League squad and Premier League squads, but you can't be ruthless in other
Apparently
areas?
that was bold. Apparently that was the board, though. That wasn't.
I don't think that was.
No, the board supported his decision. That's what it said. Not the.
Why is the board supporting that type of decision?
Well, I don't know, but
that's what I'm telling you.
The board didn't ask him to drop. He didn't need to drop Aubameyang at all.
No.
The board is involved in it with pretty much everything. I'm guaranteeing it to you.
It's like I said yesterday, Andrew. It's because he could go into an argument or go into a fight with any player and bar Silva, but bar the new signings and Silva and Reece, he would come out the other side on top. He would come out the other side.
Exactly. That's what I keep saying to you guys. He's the most secure.
Mate. Can you say that again?
He's the most secure Chelsea manager in over 20 years in terms of how he's being backed, the contract and everything like that. Why are you still in a mindset about like, I'm so lucky to be chosen? Maybe you have, but get out of that mindset. This is your chance to create your career like tenfold. Yeah?
I think he doesn't care anymore.
This is why I said, Andrew. This is why I said he hasn't set a standard. He hasn't come in and set a standard. The players have got to live off something. They've got to play off something. They've got to play off the manager's words, like the players did when Tuchel first came in.
That's why I'm sure of it. When he came out on Saturday and said we played well the second half, I'm sure that's what he told the players.
Yeah,
that we played well the second half.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
No,
I'm sure of it. I'm so sure of it.
And another thing, he keeps saying,
like an under 6 coach.
Yeah, it's participation.
Get out there, have some fun. Yeah.
Oh, you finished 7th out of 8 people. Good job. No, you finished second last, loser. You know what I mean? Get on. I want you finishing first. Oh,
I think we should get Andrew in the changing room.
Such a namby-pamby, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Look what Eric Ten Hag's done at Manchester United. Big brass balls after 2 games. Drops Maguire. Gets rid of Ronaldo. Puts his own stamp on everything like that.
And he's done this before.
I think he doesn't care. He's overperforming with those players.
Do you
know what I don't get though? Hello, you know what I don't get is that he. It sounds like what you just said, Andrew. Like he protects everyone and tries to,
He's a group therapist. He's literally a group therapist.
Yeah. But why won't he take the hit for anyone? Why won't he take any accountability and put it on himself?
He says he's not the problem. He said, "I'm not the problem."
Do you guys think he'll be saying
why? Then who's the problem then? The players aren't the problem. You're not the problem.
Do you think, Declare? Do you think
might be the other team's the problem?
He'll be saying these same comments if he would offer the 2-year contract and not a 5-year contract.
No, probably not.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't. Hey, this guy wants to get sacked. I'm telling you now. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense to me now at the moment.
He wants to get sacked. Now he wants to get sacked.
No, I think he's wanted to be sacked for a little bit. Yeah, quite a bit. I think he had enough.
Got you declared.
No, I agree. I think he's
that makes more sense to me than anything else. Like this guy is saying the dumbest things, right? Doing the most dumbest things, and he's going to get the biggest payout.
Yeah.
He won the lottery, man.
Yeah, because he knows he will always get another top job because he will say, right, I was in a difficult position at Chelsea, blah blah. Chelsea culture, they always fire manager, blah blah blah. He will always get another top job. He is here to make money and go to another job. You can tell that the guy doesn't care. I don't think he cares anymore. Look, the fact that
there is nothing on the line.
The fact that he doesn't try even to build that rapport with the fans. The fact that he always talks in a third person when I picked up on that, I was like, this guy doesn't care about Chelsea. He never says my team. He never say our player, our club. No. He still says they, Chelsea. Blah. He doesn't associate himself to us. He doesn't care.
I think we're gonna see a lot of what Potter's about in that Friday press conference and Sunday. I think we're gonna see a lot about what he's about.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. You'll be waiting for a long time, mate.
So why have you given them?
I hope the media don't hold back.
Why have you given them 2 days off after that performance?
Yeah, exactly. 2 days.
2 into 15, 2 days off. Wow.
No, I did it so they could clear. I did it so they could clear their minds of all negativity. Fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Maybe Potter wanted the time off.
Oh no. Don Dad has already clipped up the fucking Steve spot calling out Johnny. Oh no, he's at it.
Yeah.
Who's clipped it?
I'll put it in the Sarcasm City chat so you can see it.
Yeah.
Right, big up Rigo Park saying Todd Bowley defaulted to Potter. Who else is interviewed? Possible backroom deal with English government requiring an English manager. Nah.
Nah.
I'm the conspiracy theorist.
Job security. It's got nothing to do with
nothing to do with that. No. It could be. It could be using that.
It's nothing to do with being English.
Not an English.
No, it's nothing to do with English. But I think it could be. It gives you a better. I don't know. It gives you like good PR. Imagine having a successful English manager.
Don't want good PR.
The country is nothing.
I was going to say, do you know why this would make so much sense if the owners are also English, but they're American? Like they couldn't give a fuck. I can guarantee they don't care. They just picked him because they liked what he was doing at Brighton and they saw he could be a good quote unquote project
manager.
manager.
He's a yes man, really.
Yeah,
I don't know. Potter was the most talked about manager at the time, I think.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I don't even think Brighton. Yeah. Listen, I don't think he did that well at Brighton. When I looked at the underlying,
no, he definitely did.
No.
He definitely did.
100% disagree. He didn't do that well at Brighton. He went months and months of Brighton without winning games because Brighton, right? When Brighton used to turn up against the big club, but Brighton struggled against the bottom teams. You know how many times he went on these sort of runs where they don't win games, they don't score goals, because we're not Brighton fans, so we don't pay attention that much to what Brighton were going through. He was going through the same thing. I don't think he's done better than, say, Nuno Espirito Santo, what he did at Wolves. Took Wolves from the Championship, won the Championship, took them to Europa League. I don't think this guy was doing that.
I look at him now.
He literally had them in the Champions League. Who
had them in the Champions League?
He had them in the Champions League spots. Like, let's not do this. Like,
nah.
Let's not do this. He was doing. He did really well at Brighton. You can say what you want. He did well at Brighton. Let's not do this. You can say that De Zerbi's done better than him, and that's a fair argument.
I think he did well at Brighton. The only thing he did at Brighton is they played different football to what Chris Hughton was doing. The underlying numbers, if you look at the underlying stats, he was struggling at Brighton. The same way
he is a bit of a 1-1 merchant. That is his particular scoreline of choice. Like most of his matches ended 1-1. You know, but like and like that's probably that's something that you're kind of probably going to see now. I think the only difference is the one thing that I think could really help Potter, and I'm surprised no one's mentioned it yet, is an elite striker. I just think like that was something that he struggled with at Brighton. It's something he's struggling with now. I think you will see like
he doesn't want a striker.
Shut up. You will see his favours turn drastically once he gets hold of an elite striker.
He doesn't want a striker, mate.
What do you mean he doesn't want a striker? Oh, I'm done. I'm done talking to you.
So wait, hold on. In all that money we spent. Hold on. In all that money we spent, why didn't we go for a striker?
No. Declare in the last interview.
Blame the owners. Blame the owners.
In the last interview.
Wait, you telling me that Potter can't say I really need a striker?
No.
I don't want a Aubameyang no more.
No, Declare in the last interview, Potter himself said they were asking about striker. He said you don't necessarily need a striker. He was talking about how Man City didn't need a striker and won Premier League. Talking about.
Did he say that?
Yeah, go watch the last interview. They were asking about strikers.
I thought I watched it, but it must have been a shorter version.
No, maybe it was that. You know, they do the broadcasting one, and then they do the writing.
So which one was it? The one that he sat down?
It was a sitting down one. Literally,
I think that one was a bit short for my. for the one
You
I
can
saw.
search it. You can search it. He doesn't. He didn't want to strike. Or he doesn't
If he said that too, this guy. You know what? I'm telling you, he wants to get that.
Yeah.
Right? He's saying all the wrong things on purpose. Yeah, I think
no manager wants to be sacked. Like,
no, he doesn't want to walk away. He just wants to be sacked.
£50 million after.
No manager wants to be sacked. Like,
yeah, after you.
Bro, Rodgers wanted to get sacked at the start.
Yeah,
he still does. I think. Yeah, he's got a big payout too. They don't want to give him that. That's too big for Leicester.
He gets that money
I think
regardless.
Potter's in the same position.
Like, he gets that money regardless.
Scott, in a conspiracy type of way, let's say this. Like, let's say Potter has come and maybe he hasn't liked what's happening.
What does him being sacked actually accomplish for him? What does that do?
£50 million in the bank. What about that?
You mean the same money he'd get if he stayed here across the whole contract anyway?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he gets
like,
it
what does
while doing nothing.
So he gets it. So the difference is he gets it and has a sacking on his CV.
And he can go to a club. He can go to a club where he wants to be. Maybe he doesn't want to be.
How many? Bro, that doesn't matter. Every manager has a sacking on their CV.
What's this conspiracy theory bullshit? Like,
he doesn't want to be here. What about he doesn't want to be here?
I'll say it. I had to put the label there because I said it could be a possibility that he doesn't like he's been here for a bit and maybe he doesn't like what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. And he wants out.
Yeah,
but he doesn't walk out. He wants to get the sack.
Todd Boehly keep coming to his office every Monday, so he has to write reports and all that.
Maybe the owners are very involved.
Yeah,
just kind of like what happened with Tuchel. Maybe they weren't too involved, and he doesn't like it as well.
The only difference between him getting, apart from the fact he gets it now rather than across the whole contract, the only difference between him getting sacked now and that is the fact he has a sacking on his resume, which looks worse than if he just finishes his contract.
That's not. No.
What are we doing? What is this nonsense?
Because every manager has a sacking.
And also, he might not get.
What's this nonsense?
This is an opportunity for him. So like, he's not going to want.
No. It's not nonsense.
No, I agree. I agree with that stuff. What I'm saying is that you can't rule out that maybe he doesn't like the situation, just like a player wouldn't like the situation. Do you know what I mean? And but for him to walk out himself is a massive financial loss.
Yeah.
If he stays, he has a lot to gain. I do agree. No manager kind of like wants the sack on his CV, maybe, but on a financial sense, you got to think of it. If let's say if Potter doesn't want to be there, like let's say the team is such a mess and so divided, he's like, I don't like this.
Because he doesn't want to work with this Todd Boehly guy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to work with the team that he
so
has,
why would he accept the job in the first place?
Because he didn't know.
It's not hindsight.
Yeah, it's hindsight.
But you won the lottery. There's nothing to lose when you get offered such a contract. There's nothing to lose. You're going to get paid out so much.
What are we talking about?
No. It makes sense. Maybe you don't want to listen to what we're saying.
It's a theory.
We
said it's a theory.
You don't have to swear.
It's not in the realm of impossible.
We're not swearing at you. You can listen.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 months ago, right, when they offered him the job, they told him this is how it's going to work. Yeah, great to those principles. After the fact, now he's working with them. Maybe he just doesn't see that that's not a working culture that he can deal with, right? That can be a possibility as well. Maybe he's had enough of the way they're working. And getting sacked at Chelsea doesn't mean your career is over. Carlo Ancelotti was sacked to Chelsea. Look at him. A lot of managers, Conte, look at them. Getting sacked to Chelsea is not actually that bad because he can to the next club. He can just tell them, look at Chelsea. People know this culture at Chelsea. They sack the managers. It doesn't mean anything to him. Yeah,
it's a theory. Not like
the theory. Yeah, who were the owners when we sacked our previous managers? Who was the owners when we sacked the previous managers? Was it these man? No.
No. It doesn't matter about the
owners and everything's the same. What the fuck? What are we talking about?
No. But these owners sacked Tuchel under an unusual situation.
Why are you getting stressed for?
Scott, we said it's like a theory in a weird way,
man. You don't have to get stressed, man. You don't have to start swearing at people, man.
I'm not backing it too. I'm just saying what if he doesn't want to be here, right?
Yeah.
Just like an upset player.
Yeah. So you think
what if the sky's really green? I guess. What if the sky's green and we're all like in a dream?
No. It's not.
Yeah, if you're in Norway or something in the Arctic, maybe. But like,
but it's not.
But you're telling me that Potter can't.
But that's after Amsterdam.
Yeah. So you don't think Potter might not be upset? Do you think Potter might also look at this culture and say this is not a good culture for a coach to work in? Do you think Potter might not have that opinion? Do you think this is outlandish for us to think that way?
Again, I'll ask you the question: what manager in their right mind wants to be sacked?
No, I'm not saying want to be sacked. I'm just asking you.
We're saying why can't Potter be upset and not want to be there? Like, why is that such a
there's a difference between being upset and wanting to be sacked. There's a big old difference.
No,
I'm upset with my job
and wanting to wanting to be out of the job.
I don't like my job.
You're upset with your job, but are you going to resign? Because you know the financial consequence of you resigning or them getting rid of you is different. They're different. Yeah. Because you can say, right, he could resign, but resigning means you lose on a 7.
Just to say as well, though, said termination clauses in contracts. So
I said termination clause mean, Lewis. Like I don't.
As in, like there's like a certain clause that could be triggered. That
it's like your probation period, for example, is one of those. When you get a job, they tell you have 3 months to prove yourself, right? That's one of those terms. But obviously, I don't think they had a term like this. Otherwise, I don't think you would have accepted the job.
Yeah, the term is probably relegation or something like that. You know.
No, it's kind of what you said before. Didn't you say, Scott? Like he's got a season, like he bargained the season. Was that you, Scott? Yeah, or something.
No,
that he bargained the season. So I want a season, like. So probably he's got immunity.
It's noted within the club's hierarchy that Arsenal faced vociferous calls to sack Arteta last season, but the Gunners continue to back their manager. So I'll just follow the Arteta.
I think this Arteta comparison is also different.
I feel like this just got to stop about this comparison. I don't really like.
It's too, right.
It's too vague. Though. It's too vague of an argument as well.
Yeah. Arteta didn't really. You know, the rebuild Arsenal did. They did it in a longer period of time as well.
It's the pressure that
everyone does it in a longer period of
time. And plus, where Arteta picked Arsenal is different to where Potter is picking Chelsea from. Say whatever you say. Say whatever you want to say.
But Arteta showed the way he wanted to play. Arteta had the balls to go. You're not playing. If you're not with me, you're out. He did all that. Potter has done nothing. Nothing similar.
This is the thing, like the lack of ruthlessness and the authority that will rub them off on the players eventually. It's a dangerous environment that you want to be in.
Yeah,
like he makes a small adaptation in terms of how, for example, like the way that he addressed the media. I'm not specifically asking him to do something crazy about it.
No.
But at least try to build a connection to the club and with the fans.
The only way, the best way for fans to connect with the manager, I think, obviously on the field and in the press room, because that's the only way we can. That's the only way. Obviously, outside of the training, because we don't really see what he does in training and on the pitch. Is him talking to the fans in the press conferences or whenever he gets the opportunity. Because otherwise, how does he communicate with fans? He needs to get the fans on board with him. I think that's a big. That'll be one of his wins if he managed to do that. Obviously, need to win games, but
hasn't good to
Sources pointed out it's common for clubs to include termination clauses in contracts.
Yeah, we read that.
We read it.
Fuck you, man, bitch.
Why don't you listen to the stream as well?
Nah, man, pissed off.
Big up Arsenal saying Chelsea's been so shit. I made over a K off them since January.
Andrew, you hurt my heart now, Andrew.
If they're going to be shit, at least let me get something out of it. Fair play, Artem. You're playing the smart card. Fair play.
Hey, I'm with Artem. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, man, bro.
Wait. Alhambra says losing to Spurs will be the lowest point this season.
Really?
The lowest point of this season so far.
Yeah.
So far.
I think
got plenty lower to drop, my friends. Plenty lower to drop.
For me, that front, when I saw the front three, front three of Mount, Gallagher, and Royer at Newcastle away.
Lowest part of the season every week now.
Was it confirmed?
I think the lowest points of the league has been the 4-1 to Brighton, the 4-0 to City, And probably even the 1-0, 1-0 and the 1-0 to Arsenal. I think
the Newcastle game. What about the Newcastle game?
3-0 lead.
Nah, we all knew that was coming.
Yeah,
that front three though, man.
The Arsenal game, I wanted to.
Nah, man, the City Cup one was worse. Havertz, Mount Gallagher. The fuck is that shit?
Yeah, that was Newcastle away.
Newcastle.
No, that was City.
Gallagher, Mount, Broya.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Gallagher, Mount, Havertz.
So was it confirmed that was it confirmed the players that didn't play against Southampton they're all rested or?
No, yeah, they were rested. Yeah, yes. The medical team.
He's just gonna score another banger against Tottenham.
The medical department advised him.
Tottenham,
medical department advised him that the players were in the red zone. If he played them, they could get injured.
Everyone get ready. Everyone get ready for another Ziyech bang against Tottenham. Whew, Baller got rested.
What?
What?
Ziyech and bangers don't go together, really.
No, against Tottenham. Part 2 coming, bro.
Do you know? I think we'll beat Tottenham.
It's going to be a toll house.
I think remember last.
I saw Andrew's prediction yesterday. He said 4-0 Tottenham.
Last Oli Nuno, and then Oli won that. I think you'll be the same. I think we're gonna beat Tottenham.
Hey, we're seeing things we haven't seen, and we're probably gonna see a really bad loss to Tottenham. Something you haven't seen for a long time.
My only thing that is like the slightest possible opportunity.
He has to change. I think he has to be more.
That was a long time ago.
One thing our last poster to do, is to start games on the front foot. He needs to stop doing this mid-block nonsense we've been seeing. He needs to be more assertive. Start games on the front foot. I don't care now.
I think I'm working that day, so I'm gonna miss it. So I'm good.
Yeah. You're gonna miss a Tottenham game?
Yeah, I'm working, man. I'm good.
You ain't proper fucking
I'm not working,
Chelsea,
but I probably
mate.
won't watch it.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Not proper fucking Chelsea.
By the way, Lewis, neither are you.
Proper fucking Chelsea, lad.
What's that?
Neither are you, Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Let's have it right.
Neither you, fatter. Yeah.
Harrison, what are you saying, my guy? We haven't heard from you yet.
Can you hear me first of all?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. What are you telling us?
Well, thank you. Please bear with me. I'm a bit shy. It's the debut stream for me. Just clicked on the YouTube link that you sent out.
Everyone catch shit here anyway, so that's all.
Yeah, everyone shut up. Let Harrison talk.
Cheers. So obviously, how bad we've become. Just in 2 wins in 15. How we've just become absolute atrocious. Yeah. I mean, when you're always debating what was it? Where we're going to get these remaining 9 points from. Like the only one thing I can think of with Tottenham next is how it's a mentality thing we've said before, where how it's like how Tottenham seem to only turn up for Man City, because we see how they always turn up with a 1-0 scrap win, whatever, and then when they play anyone else, they just turn absolute awful. Whereas with us, I see us always seem to perform at least for Tottenham, but then just always turn up crap.
That's the thing.
So that's the only thing I can think of left. Like if I can think anything possible.
Well, what's wrong with Jonathan? Hey, Lewis, what's wrong with Jonathan, bro?
Oh, I don't care, man. Why are you even giving him attention, bro? That's what he wants.
I say he gets blocked, bro.
Well,
anyway,
I don't care. He ain't said anything too bad just yet. But yeah, if he does get blocked, it is what it is. Is what it is. Harrison, I'll be real though. I ain't that confident for Tottenham either. I don't think these lot could turn up for him.
Neither am I. I'm trying to be positive as I can in the tiniest way.
Hey, we're gonna have a good time on Sunday, innit? Like 11 a.m. Drinking beers, innit? Drinking pints, beer shower everywhere. Let's go. Man.
Yeah, that's all we're going to be doing. Drinking, just waiting for the inevitable. 2-0, another tough afternoon.
1:30 p.m. kickoff. Let's go.
If this player's not playing for him, don't worry about the mentality of the game and all that. It's already lost before you get there.
No, Declare, when you say mentality, like for me, it's been clear for at least years now that it's been in need of a clear, massive fix. There's a complete overall change. But when you see like it being from the same players through multiple managers, it's sort of like when you're saying
who are these
players?
We got from Mourinho.
Well, we got like half a new team, yeah.
Yeah, even from
it's staring at us in the face when you analyse the games. Really, it's staring at us in the face. Really,
for Mourinho, the only player that's still here is Aspie. Sorry.
No, Aspi actually has a good mentality, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So whenever I always hear, oh, there's a dressing room issue, come motivate players, and then I'm looking at the squad, I'm like, what are these players that people are talking about? It's not like
they're no longer here.
It's not like maybe players when we signed them, as soon as they put the Chelsea top on, they suddenly change the mentality. It's like, what?
Well, enough is we've just had multiple managers in, well, maybe not back then, but at least recent times. So we have Lampard, like maybe some of them weren't Lampard signings, but still Lampard questioned it. Tuchel questioned it.
Yeah, but these are different.
Sorry, questioned it.
Potter hasn't. So
I'm talking like their signings, like these players that came in back when they was manager, and how even they questioned it at the time when they were at the club.
Harrison, you're right,
Like,
but those players are no longer here. So that starts again now. So Potter hasn't.
Well, no, some are. At least some are still.
So who? That's what Rodrigo was asking.
Havertz. I mean, man's always I just see smiling and not caring about anything when he's in the worst form that I've seen him at this club. I know he's always been an inconsistent player, but this is like for sure his worst.
He had a brilliant 20-minute cameo. He's back.
Was it even 20 minutes?
Do you know what that pissed me off on when he took off Fofana and left Mount as a false 9? Oh,
that was where I was like, I give up. I'm done.
I didn't want to believe it. I didn't like. I was like, yeah, I think Mount did it by accident.
Do you know what he did in game?
The Zappacosta and Asby sub back in the Sari.
Oh yeah, he did in game. He did in game. Yeah, he put Mount and I think he put Fofana on the left wing, and then I saw Mount pressing on the right. I don't know what he was doing on the right. I was like, what? Why did he move Fofana to the left wing first of all?
Why does it take Fofana off? I thought he was playing great. I want to see more of him.
No, what mostly made me Potter out after that game was the fact that I was seeing Mount as striker. Like that was where I was just like, no, I can't back this now, even if it's more the player's fault. I just couldn't.
Yeah, why would he do that? Unless he wanted to leave, I guess.
I'll ask him. I'm not a part of the backroom stuff. Ask him.
What is it with him wanting to leave?
What?
I said unless he wanted to leave.
Why would he want to leave? Who wants to leave?
Ziyech.
No.
Well, no, he would be a PSG by now if we weren't always fiddle handling with the Enzo deal. I'm just saying,
unhappy, man. I bet you know when he walks to the dressing room and he just looks at what the weather's like in Paris. That's Ziyech.
Mansley's mind thinking, man, I wish I was in Paris.
Scott's given up.
With all those injuries, they probably wish they would too.
The
man said I covered up Havertz's picture. I didn't. You can't see him in it. I didn't cover anyone's face. You got a Levi Colwill agenda, innit? You think fucking he's better than Vardy? You can hold that. But yeah, Mason Mount contract talks. They're leaving that till the summer.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm personally one of those that
he doesn't fit Chelsea's vision.
Mm-hmm.
End of.
So wait, is that 6 months left in the summer?
Yeah.
No, 1 year.
No.
Oh, 1 year.
Oh, yeah, 1 year. Yes.
No,
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah, someone said January. So
No contract ending January.
I was just saying, no one's contract ever ends in January. January is when he can sign on a free with another team.
Yeah, have a club.
Yeah, it was weird when someone said that. I wasn't sure if you could or not.
You guys want Mount gone? Like if you don't resign?
I'm not bothered.
But the problem is, I don't think we're going to get anything for him. Like, if they wanted to sell him,
he's English. He's English.
No. Scott, I mean that he won't take any offers and just let it run out and go get the big money wage that you're probably asking for, if he is asking for anywhere that he wanted to, with that freedom.
Oh my gosh, that Steve video is actually making rounds now. Oh my god.
Oh, link it.
But no, he can leave though. Like, especially if the reports about where they see Nkunku playing is true. Like, and if they want, and again, if the reports of them wanting to keep Felix are true and they keep Felix, there's nowhere for Mount in this team. There's literally nowhere for Mount to play. He's going to be third choice number 10.
There is a backup.
Ignore it, Scott. Ignore Felix.
He can go Liverpool.
Ignore Nkunku and Felix for a second. He's not good enough to play in the number 10.
I know, but I'm saying that the excuses of like putting him in this team are slowly running out. He doesn't fit as a number 10. normally he's not going to be. He's not better than Nkunku and better than Felix. That's his third choice, number 10 at best. He's not. He can't play in the pivot. He can't play, as we saw at the weekend, on the wing. Like
he's going to play right back.
The excuses are slowly running out, and the opportunities for him to play are slowly running out. Like, and especially with the I did a bit of research, found out last night. If he gets the wages that he's reportedly asking for, he'll be the joint fourth highest earning midfielder in the Premier League.
Wow. Really? I don't want an 8/10 in my team.
With Bruno Fernandes, the only three midfielders, and when I say midfielders, I'm not talking wingers or attackers. The only three midfielders that are on more wages than him are Casemiro, Kevin De Bruyne, and one other I've forgotten.
If he gets
240k, if he gets 240k, Kante is the other one. Those are the only three midfielders that will be earning more than him. He'll be earning the same wages as Bruno Fernandes.
What, even over some of the Man City midfielders? I feel like Gundogan was quite a bit
Rodri's on 200k a week. He'll be earning more than Rodri. He'll be earning more than Gundogan. The only Man City midfielder that he will be earning more than him is De Bruyne, because he's their highest earner.
Yeah. Wow.
God, our wage structure is so messed up.
Our wage structure isn't even that bad, to be fair. Like, it could get bad depending on what the ownership do with certain players, but it's not that bad at the moment. But the way you don't make it bad is by giving, like, A, underperforming players new contracts, and B, just shit players massive contracts.
Yeah, no, exactly, because like that was sort of a thing that happened with Lukaku and Werner's wages. Actually, scratch that. Like when Werner was getting, what was it, 270 a week or something like that? New signs like Lukaku would come in, see how bad Werner was with his finishing, and go, right, I need more than that. Like, and then apparently, like everyone will say, like, if we sell him, like, sorry, hold on, sorry. And then we eventually end up getting rid of Lukaku, obviously. If we just give him out that amount of money,
we still got him, bro.
We've just gone back to that problem again.
It's the exact reason why Man United. It's the exact reason why Man United's wage structure is completely fucked. It's the exact same reason. It's because they gave guys that didn't deserve it huge contracts. Like, you got the likes of De Gea, who's on like 375 grand a week. You've got like Sancho's on like 300 or 275 or something like that. Like,
those guys got Real Madrid money, man. Like, they can actually even do that. It is messed up, I agree, and they can get away with it too. And it goes to show how bad of a club that is run there. Sorry, they got so much money they can give out, and still they've been so bad for so long.
Let's end the show.
Big up Mbappe James saying, reminds me of us with Oli and the sack coach. It does feel like Oli, innit?
No, it reminds. No, actually, do you know what? This is similar to Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa. The Aston Villa board backed Steven Gerrard no matter what. The fans were crying.
But so did United with fucking Oli.
I was going to say, the only thing about Oli, it's not necessarily the tactics or anything. It's what Andrew was talking about earlier, the like camp counselor vibes. That's what gives me vibes like Oli, where Oli was that, like, he kept talking about the lads like they're great lads. He literally was like speaking about them as like they're nice guys, they're great lads, they're great in training. And it's just that's the way that he speaks about these players is the same. I get Oli vibes from it.
God, yeah. So like Potter isn't really like that ruthless type of a coach. He's more like
Oli
the
at least one game.
Things.
Oli. Do you know we haven't beaten a team in the top 10 this season?
Yep.
What a shock.
Nathan Jones beat Man City. Nathan Jones, actually, the guy that got signed. He beat Man City.
Hey, you know, with Oli as well, they see him as a legend at the club too. Like, he had that too, kind of like how we had Lampard. So he had a lot of support for what he did. I mean, Potter doesn't even have that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he got nothing.
Let's have it right.
My mic better.
Yeah, your mic's better, Poku. What are you saying, bro?
Did you go buy a new one, Doku?
Like I said, man.
In the stream still also.
Oh, man, said what we talking about, you know. And the show.
Hey, Doku went to go get a mic just to come back, and Lewis just ended on you.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, man. Seriously.
Fucking hell. Right, we are going to wrap up.
That's the show.
Nearly 3 hours. We'll be back tomorrow for some other sort of talk show. I don't really know what we'll be talking about. We'll figure that out. Big up
time to
everybody.
make a debut appearance.
Let's end the show. No, let's end the show. Oh my God.
Big up everybody. Like, subscribe. We're going to raid Said, so everyone head over to Said. Big up everybody, and up.